Shut up. Shut up.
Hi.
Right. Yeah. Feel more efficient. we actually have a themed opening.
Mm-hmm. For a crossover episode.
Yeah. Well, it was easier to make it because I didn't care how it came out.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
That's kind of
I'm
rude.
glad. Yeah, fucker.
If it was just stupid, that would be fine. And it was.
Production.
That's correct. Larry Line. That's the name of this fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
Production. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Do you want to introduce us to Greece?
I thought we were going to wait until some people showed up.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
then
wait. You're right.
That's why I was.
You're
yes.
you're right. You're right. How could I? How
We
could I?
just
We're waiting,
discussed this.
so we're just going to sit here, and you have to stare at us.
Yeah,
we're not
I'm
gonna
sorry
talk.
that I fucking was busy putting all of
Yeah.
this
No.
together.
Stop talking. The show hasn't started yet.
WrestleMania was awesome. Cousin, yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
So
yeah.
And I'm just gonna point out to Larry Line, you forgot to mention, and Blade is the bag of onions.
yeah,
Hold on now.
I
Hold
thought I
on.
was Dax Harwood.
Well, the mustache isn't as pronounced anymore.
Yeah, that's true. No,
you've-
I'm
you've
kind of going
revamped-
more Goldberg lately. That's what I'm looking for.
You're a little Goldberg looking. That is true. Do you ever smack your head into a door? to,
I
like, get
actually
yourself
cut
up?
my arm open, smashing it through the car window, trying to get my keys out yesterday.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice.
What?
And I've ended, and I ended a legend's career.
Very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
that's my goal.
It wasn't Bret Hart because his career was already ended. But
Yeah.
That went over my head.
yeah. Wah, wah, wah. Justin in the chat. Hello, hello. I'm at work, but gotta say hi.
Fuck yeah.
Listen on in the
Hello.
background.
Because that's what we
thank
do
you.
when we're at work. Is
That's
talk
what-
about
yeah.
pro wrestling all fucking day.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
I do. Actually, the guys who sit next to me are like on the sports side of our things.
Mhm.
Like, and they come over to me and talk all the time to me about wrestling. But
Mhm.
in particular, a group of them came over to bitch to me about WrestleMania. And I was like, guys, I did not watch. You're
Dude,
bitching to the wrong person.
the guys at work don't talk to me about wrestling anymore because they're like big WWE guys, and
Uh-huh.
so like slowly but surely they just stop talking to me about wrestling completely.
Yeah.
And now I'll be like, "Yo, it's Wednesday. You know what that means?" And they're like, "Oh no, nothing. Yeah, I don't really watch anything anymore." I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Of course you don't. It's great.
Bob Callie 99. Hoi.
Boy,
Hoi. Hoi.
Little
Bob
hoi
Callie
polloi.
99. Yeah, we are going to be talking all about Double or Nothing when we
Mhm.
officially get going. We're not official yet.
no, it hasn't started. This is
No.
just behind the scenes banter.
Yeah, this is witty banter that we engage in repartee, as some might
I'm
say.
sitting here all Darby Allin-esque.
Yeah,
That's what.
yeah.
Yeah, before the show, before the pre-show, which is what you're watching now,
Mhm.
we had actually made the comment that this is like pretty much depicts the crowd last night. Like every third person is wearing a fucking pink hoodie.
Yeah,
That dude's over.
yeah.
He's popular.
Oh, he's so over. And what's nice is I actually got this for like $30 on one of the Pro Wrestling Tees whatnot shows because
no
they're
shit,
like
really?
they're like going for like $100 and something on eBay.
What is
I
a
was so
whatnot?
excited. It's
What is
like
that?
an auction site. Like it's like
Okay.
an app where people like they'll do auctions and shit.
So is it run? Is it Pro
Danhausen's-
Wrestling Tees that runs it?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah. Cole
It's-
Cabana has it on his own show.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's basically
And it's-
Danhausen's homepage. That's his website because
Yeah.
he's auctioned so much shit on whatnot.
Oh.
It's crazy.
I'm surprised. Yeah, he's not the face of Pro Wrestling Tees. Like when you're in
Cabana?
the city, there's the big billboard with Colt Cabana like doing this,
Mhm.
you know, and it's like it's like there's it's the whatever Willis Tower, the Sears Tower, and there's Colt Cabana, you know,
Mhm.
and it's not Danhausen, no.
I love that. I love that in particular that someone, whenever he's home, has to drive by that.
What's that?
When someone's home and he has to drive by that and gets reminded
that it's cold every time.
Phil.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. A certain Chicago-made jerk. None of my coworkers talk to me about wrestling. Then again, I'm unemployed.
Yeah, cousin. Probably gonna stay that way for the foreseeable future, is my guess.
What's that? His unemployment, or that no one's gonna talk to him about wrestling?
I'm probably both. Probably both. But
I feel like someone's a little mad that a certain manager showed his true colors again.
Oh, who, Don? You think that made me mad?
Yeah.
What about it? Yeah. Do you think that made me mad?
It's been on, Don is going to turn on everyone. He's going to turn on me, too. I know that.
See, that's why I already turned on him again.
I have a great Don Callis story when we get there later today.
Our friend BJ Dixon's in the chat.
Hey.
What up, buddy?
Is it time to start yet?
Yeah, let's just start.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new first episode of, what is it called? Shut Up Forever. I'm your host, the toast of the third coast, Professor Degree. With me today is the digital doler of justice and online gunslinger, Books and Bodyslams. Books, how are you doing today?
I'm great. I was taking out some Vincels this morning, so I'm on cloud 9.
Fantastic. Today we're going to talk about The Mandalorian and Grogu, which is a brand new movie that just opened this weekend.
Whoa.
What?
No.
Did you hear something?
What's that? No, what? Is there some... I did hear something, but what was that?
It's not cool that you pretend not to hear me. That's not cool, guys. Degree, I let you host this thing because I thought we were going to be respectful, and now you're pretending not to hear me, and it's
fuck. And Blade's here too.
You guys, come on! If I wasn't here,
it wouldn't exist.
We wouldn't have a live stream. Right.
That's true.
I guess. And also, I think there's some people who didn't see it now. So now I want to play it again because I had spent 15 minutes making this. Yeah.
I know, this is putting me to sleep.
The branded intro.
Shut up. Shut up.
And that's why they call me the GOAT.
I really cannot wait to use that against some Vincels.
That's true.
I might even start calling you the GOAT.
Yeah, you should call me the GOAT.
GOAT
as the greatest of all time.
Look at what it's going to do to his head.
Look
at what he was on when I told him he was right. I mean, he was wrong in the long run. But...
In the long run. But I can't even do the show if he's not. I mean, I have to be kind of nice to him.
Yeah, totally, because I can absolutely humiliate you guys in post. So
I do that pretty well myself. Don't worry. So yesterday was Double or Nothing. I keep tuning in for Professor Degree, and I keep forgetting that Blade is also there. Fucking story of my life, man. That's everybody here.
Bob Callie 99 thought the stock video guy did a good dance.
I agree. Good.
I agree.
You did a great job on that.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bleary, I appreciate that. That Blade has been done in disguise this entire time. Yes. I'm actually just 3 raccoons in a t-shirt. So it's
you're not even 3 raccoons.
No, it's
you're
true.
Just 2. Blade is 2 chipmunks in floor-length dresses in a t-shirt.
All right.
So here's a fun fact. My sister, I have 5 sisters, but one of my sisters showed her little girl the Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, and David Cross is the villain in that movie. Mm-hmm. And when her daughter was little, she told her, "That's your uncle. He wants to get the chipmunks." And so for years she thought that I was David Cross and that I was like trying to kill the chipmunks.
Nice.
So yeah, that's pretty awesome.
You were confused with David Cross. That's nice.
Christ, I know. So now I've grown up and now I'm Tom Segura. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, or Goldberg.
Yeah, or Goldberg. You guys want to talk about Double or Nothing?
Oh,
Yes.
sure. Yeah. We might.
I
as well.
haven't stopped talking about it. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
so last night was the 8th annual Double or Nothing put on by All Elite Wrestling in Queens, New York. The attendance was 15015 at the
150,000
Louis or
then.
Louis Armstrong Stadium. Both pronunciations are acceptable, though the man preferred Louis.
Mhm.
So who wants to go first?
Oh, me for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, Books. Don't worry, I got this. So this was going to be an interesting night because they had announced the Okada and Takeshita match like a month ago, and then they had announced the Tag I Quit match, and then it took a really long time for them to announce anything else, and it's only been the last 2 weeks where they've really made anything official. And so, we knew they were probably building to Darby and MJF, but that wasn't actually official till like last week,
Right.
or whatever. It was one of the last matches made official. And,
Yeah, because they signed it last week, but it was like the week before. So yeah.
Yeah, and so I guess just to start off, really for me, this was like, basically like a landmark moment for AEW. Last night felt like really, really big point of something. In the history of AEW, they leveled up last night in a really big way, and whether it was the atmosphere, the vibes in the arena, it all came through, and it came through so amazingly. Go ahead, Books.
So I have a theory. I have a feeling they put a lot into this to make it feel like a level up, because we all know Tony has something up his sleeve for next year to take the place of WrestleMania. And I think this was to show the conventions, the indies, everyone else, that AEW can be that event.
This felt, this definitely felt like a, hey, I heard wrestling broke your heart recently. Well, guess what? We got a whole different kind of wrestling for you. You know? It felt like and we say this every few months, where it's like a coming out party, where AEW just levels up, where they sign a new star or they get some non-wrestling deal. And then it's like all of a sudden, boom, they're just more, they're just more in the public eye, more the new number one in wrestling, I guess. And last night felt like it. Holy fucking shit. Dude, the camera work was awesome. Like the crowd was insane, and fucking Mick Foley.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
was New York. Of course the crowd was going to be insane.
Yes.
Like,
well,
let's
and
put some
Queens
respect on
at
New
that.
York.
Queens
Like,
at that. So
we are the best state to ever exist.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like New York is kind of like the Superman of states, I suppose. Like it's like the big one. You know what I mean? Like it's like the big one. Like I got like
it is.
Chicago's kind of like the Batman, sort of. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different version. Chicago is Gotham. I don't know.
Yeah.
New York's a big city. It's a big deal. People like New York.
Yeti Malone
Degree
says
has a cameo in Mandalorian as Grogu.
as Trapper Wolf. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Justin says, for those very late match card things, I kind of blame WDBD management for some things, as per Tony Khan's post scrum comments. In spite of all that, they did a 10 out of 10 pay-per-view. I'm not sure what comments particularly. I did see that he kind of alluded to the pressure that's on him about women's wrestling on the AEW shows in some regards.
Sounds like it.
But I really don't think we need to make a bunch of excuses for that, because at the end of the day, they need to hear our voices, and that we want that regardless. So
yes,
I'm still going to complain about it every single fucking week.
I'm going to be even louder about it. So Warner Brothers knows, and Paramount going in the future knows I want women's wrestling.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so it makes no difference, and it's not going to make any difference how we talk about it. I'm not going to obsessively cover that, but I am going to make mention of it each and every time it feels applicable. which it did last night, and we will get to that when we're covering the main card. But the pre-show did kick off with Megan Bayne and Lena Cross versus Viva Van and Zeta Steel.
Yeah.
It was the 5-minute eliminator challenge. And I gotta say, I really like this match because I liked that the strategy, they weren't trying to win. They were trying to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that Zeta Steel's running all over the place, trying to just like kill time almost, you know? I mean, it really added strategy to this match concept, which I thought made it more fun that it was a 5-minute eliminator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're trying to run the clock out.
Yeah, it made me not hate it because I have not been the biggest fan of these 5-minute matches. So,
well, and I think it's partly because they do the, there isn't enough women being featured on the show, and then you have this 5-minute eliminator, which, if there was enough women representation in the show, you wouldn't mind this. Probably. Yeah. But now it feels like a built-in excuse to only give them 5 minutes. You know?
Yeah, if that was the third women's match on the card and it was a 5-minute eliminator and it was done in a minute, it'd be like, okay, well, it's the third women's match. At least we've got that. But no, it's kind of like the only women's match. Like, here you go. This is your one match, and it's under 5
your
minutes.
one match.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of weak.
Yep.
But it was a good match, and
It was.
I think that fucking Zeta Steel has a future. Viva Van's awesome. I mean, we know that. And then what happened at the end of the match?
TJ.
Yeah. So TJ
and I
came
think
back.
this means Anna Jay has official. I'm going to assume because we all know how Tony likes to operate.
Right.
Anna Jay has officially resigned.
I don't think Ty J is going to be on the show unless Anna Jay is re-signed.
100%, yeah.
I wasn't convinced after she did the match where she lost to Willow. I was like, yeah, he might job her out on the way out. I mean, like, I could see that, but like, there's no fucking way they're going to show you Ty J and then go like, she left.
Well,
and you're not going to bring him back and mention like, would they refer to him as like the original women's tag team of AEW? So I mean, you're not just going to drop that and then get rid of her. So that's
I would
cool.
like a best out of 5 series where they win in the end, because I think they deserve the tag team belts, because again, they are the original tag team within AEW.
Right?
So I'm really hoping. But I'm one of the few people who did not think Anna Jay wasn't leaving. I was convinced Anna Jay was staying. I was
I didn't think
the push Jack Perry keeps getting in his relationship with the Bucks. I was like, there's no way that they're not doing everything they can to keep her.
There's also a sentimentality about her character that, because of her association with the Dark Order and Brody Lee and like all of that, that she's not going to have anywhere else. And without that, would she be as over? I don't know. I'm not saying she wouldn't. But I don't know that Anna Jay as a worker alone and on personality alone and in a brand new situation with a brand new name, God only knows what they'd fucking name her. But, I just don't know if she
Lana Kay.
Yeah, she'd be starting over, and I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Now, before we get to the next match, let's catch up with the chat because Mick Foley was heavily involved at the end of the pre-show. So let's read these. Blurry Line mentions that New York City showed up last night too. Absolutely. And that Blurry Line did say to me last night, felt like WrestleMania. It did. And
it did.
We're going to talk a lot about that because on a smaller, it felt like the WrestleMania from WrestleMania 25. I vividly remember Taker and Shawn in that match, and the crowd is blue. It's got the blue lights coming down. And there was a point during the show where the crowd was lit that very same way. And I was like, wow, this kind of has that 2000s WrestleMania vibe to me. And I mean that in a complimentary way. It just felt huge. Blurry Line continues how good the stage looked, the production, how classy the venue looked on camera, how hot the crowd were. It's kind of reminded me of an arena WrestleMania. Yeah.
The camera.
You go ahead. Sorry.
No, just the camera work just kept astounding me all night. It was like, I don't know if they just got a new team, if they got a new fucking camera, like an actual physical camera or what,
Yeah.
but like there would just be all these little shots where it would follow like underneath the bottom rope, and then I don't know, it just really looked great. Wrestling looked different last night. So it was pretty impressive. The Mark Davis buzz spot. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so the spot where Jack Perry obliterated a golf cart with the bus was filmed live, which is crazy. But yeah, fans, I did see people posting pictures of it online. The mess was still there. And because a bunch of oil spilled and shit, it did look like there was blood smeared all over the sidewalk, all over the concrete. Like, it was crazy. Justin continues, please complain. We need more women's matches. I totally agree.
I'm on it.
Yeah, believe me, we ain't shutting up about that anytime soon.
You?
Yeah.
Me?
No.
Never.
Yeah.
Mildly outspoken.
Our homie
Books and
Rogasha, Sup Sickos, just stopping by to show y'all love. Even updated my name so y'all can recognize me. LOL.
Yay.
Yes. Awesome pay-per-view. The scrum had me feeling lukewarm about some things and not just the audio. Yeah.
What happened at the scrum that everybody's talking about? I've like barely been online, so
I know Tony kind of glazed David Ellison a little bit, and
that's the Paramount guy.
Yeah, and I think
I don't know.
You could be bummed about that, but he's a CEO. Every CEO is going to look like a spineless wimp sometimes, and that's literally Tony's job. Vince would have had a wrestler go do it and like had them destroy their own credibility. I'd much rather Tony be the one doing it, and I don't know what we can expect differently, because at the end of the day, like, he wants to have as many options for where they go next as possible.
Right.
It's not like he can sit against them, So
I can't fault him for that, because he has to do this right now. Like, this is going to be, if they stay with Paramount, it's going to be a very big contract. So he kind of has to.
It kind of goes nice. Like, we all love Tony Khan, and he's this lovable little goofball, and obviously he's given us this amazing gift of wrestling, but like, don't put him on too high of a pedestal, because he's still a businessman. He's still a billionaire. He's still a CEO. He's still going to do all that shit, God bless him, but
yeah. No, I appreciate Tony, but I don't hold him on this pedestal of virtue at all. Like, there is probably a lot we don't hear about.
Yeah.
Well, and there is probably a lot we don't hear about too. And I just don't vouch for people I don't know at the end of the day. Blurry line, I like that the baby faces had brains and were running the clock instead of trying to beat Divine Dominion. Totally. Zeta and Viva looked like $1 million too. They did. Yep. They did. Fuck your mama 2 times in the chat. What up, boys and books? What a pay-per-view, and what a son of a bitch Kyle Fletcher is. He must pay for his crime against our sweet, sweet cinnamon boy. Agreed.
Yep.
Yeah,
Cinnabon boy. Yes.
And like, we're watching it, and I'm just like, he gives him a hug, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna turn. I'm like, but it's gonna happen on Wednesday or next week. It didn't happen on Wednesday. It happened right away.
When his music
I was
hit,
being delusional. I refused to accept it was happening.
Wanted to think maybe he's gonna be okay.
We'll talk more about that match, because
we haven't even gotten to
by
the
far
match.
was match of the night in my opinion. But
I had like 3 matches of the night, and they were like right in a row.
Ty J could win, but they have to make it believable. Divine Dominion are 2 big, strong ladies. I think no. Like, I don't think there's any way Ty J should beat them right now.
Right now, no.
No, best out of 5 and drag it out.
I think you need to have them overcome a real tag team, and this is their first one. And I would have them. Ty J doesn't need to win to get over. Right. They can get over in spite of losing. By just showing more than anybody else has been able to muster against Divine Dominion, because I still think the money is in the Brawling Birds versus Divine Dominion personally. And that'll
Down
be
the road.
All in. I think that's an all-in match. Yeah.
Well, all the British people are going to win at all in, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Ty J versus Bunny and Penelope at Rampage show that they were great. Would love to see Ty J versus Divine Dominion. Me too.
Run back a street fight.
We got more in the chat, but we got more to discuss. Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving, people.
The next match was the Ops versus the Death Riders. For the first time, I thought Hook's music was cool. I do not really like his newer theme song. It sounded good last night. It sounded cool in that arena. And Hook did this one takedown that was really cool. And other than that, I don't really care about that match that much.
Yeah,
It was a good match, but it was a nice little warm-up match, you know? That's all.
Yeah, the only thing this match makes me want is more Claudio.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
Yeah. It was like kind of
I
a
don't-
I mean, I'm not complaining. It was just kind of like it was a Wednesday match, you know?
yeah. No, it was.
it was a good pre-buy-in match, right? Like it was. That's what
Totally.
It is.
You got to see other guys you wanted to see and whatever. Anything
And I
else?
would
You guys
also-
want to move on?
I would also say that this match just had the benefit of being a you got to see Claudio and Shibata face to face
Yeah.
for a minute. And
Yeah.
that's like one of those matches because AEW's roster is so stacked that you don't even have time to think about all the possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Until
there's
they're
so many
calling each other
matches-
out.
yeah. And so them in the middle of this tag, they have that face to face, and you're like, oh shit, this is cool.
Right.
We need that.
So that was one of those cool moments like that.
Yeah, and like these matches, and the next match, okay, we have Shane Taylor Promotions versus the Conglomeration and the Rizzler, in what I like to call a modern day Jim Duggan match. Just kind of like, here's your guest stars, here's your favorite guys, everybody cheers for, blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
But I like Shane Taylor Promotions, so I'm glad that they're getting more like spotlight because they're fucking cool. So
Yeah. I want to see
and
Lee
then-
Moriarty like in a real spotlight though.
in everything, yeah.
Yes. He is
And
so
then-
fucking good.
Did Mance Warner sign with AEW?
I don't know what's going on there,
Because
but
he was there.
yeah, him, Eddie, and Ortiz
Ortiz.
came out. Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, I thought that was really interesting. It
that-
was pretty crazy.
Those three make sense as a tag team to me. I just didn't know that Mance Warner signed. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, the pops at this point already were like insanely loud for an arena that was half full. Like,
That's how you knew it was going to be a good night.
Right?
well,
Right.
and yeah, and when Renee Paquette first brings out the guy everybody wants to see, you know, when Mick Foley came out, the pop was so big, it was unbelievable. I mean, it was unbelievable how excited I felt, how excited everybody seemed to feel.
Mm-hmm.
And then for him to say, you know, I stopped watching wrestling for a few years there. And it was AEW that reignited my passion for being a wrestling fan again.
That's everybody.
How many
It's-
times have
it's
you heard
everyone.
somebody say that?
Yeah.
It did it for me too, you know?
To hear Mick say it just kind of, I feel like continues to, not that AEW needs to be legitimized, but continues to just put all this like legitimacy in between what AEW is doing.
Mm-hmm.
I wish AEW did do the crowd sound meter that the other company does, because it would have been really funny to see that go all the way up at the crowd that they had, and no pipe didn't sound.
Yeah.
But that's just me being a petty little
Well, and
lady.
you know, and so later, you know, Foley's talking about, you know, yes, he's talking about, you know, his love of wrestling being
Rekindled.
and then he starts talking about the main event and makes a bald joke about MJF.
When he said something, MJF
He
comes
made an
out and he's going to
IWC
touch.
joke.
Oh, did he? What did he say?
He talked about his hair plugs from Turkey.
Oh,
Mick
yeah,
Foley
yeah.
is definitely on the
Like,
IWC
right.
paying attention to what we're saying. I
Yeah.
died.
Mhm.
I was like, or Noel told him to say that. Either
Sure.
way,
Either way.
one of them is on
Yeah.
the IWC paying attention.
He stopped before he even started talking to him. He paused and he's just like, if you just give me a minute, MJF, I just want to take this in.
Mhm.
And like, he's touched by it. Like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like this guy who has headlined WrestleManias, he's been all over the place and he's touched by the reaction he's getting. That was super cool. It was just great to
You
hear.
could see emotion.
Yeah,
his
and
eyes and everything.
I was worried at first because when he came out with Renee at the beginning, it's like he missed his cue early on and he started talking before he was supposed to. And I was kind of like, oh no, I hope this isn't a sign of what we're going to get. And then he fucking nailed the greatest promo I think I've heard in like the past 25 years. Like straight up fucking Bill, who's in the chat all the time, shoots me a text and it's a picture of him with tears in his eyes. And I shoot him a text back and it's me with tears in my eyes. And it's just like, fuck, he just sold 1 million more pay-per-views, It was fucking awesome.
I think Mick
I got
did
goosebumps right now.
Yeah. I think Mick did sell some pay-per-views, quite
He
honestly.
definitely did.
If you're watching that on YouTube, you're like, fuck, man. Like, I really kind of want to see where this goes, And so MJF comes out. They have a little exchange. Foley makes the hair plug comments. MJF, makes a comment that Foley lost a ton. Like, I don't need any advice from you, old man, And then Foley goes, I did lose a lot, but Darby Allin beat your ass in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Like, I mean, that's not a defeat. That's humiliation.
Yeah.
And MJF hauls off and kicks him in the nuts. I love the way MJF does nut shots because you never really see him coming because he doesn't wind up. His foot just goes straight forward. And Foley takes a nut shot. Darby runs out. And then Foley cuts that amazing promo and he says, win one for the weird ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be a shirt. That should be a shirt.
It should. I really hope it is a shirt because I want it.
Yeah.
That I think every single one of us heard that and felt that in our souls.
Yeah.
And
Yes. It was incredible. Degree, you got anything on that?
No, I mean that's pretty much it. Yeah, like when he starts talking about the weird kids and it's 4 years of drama class and getting picked on and taking art classes and you know what I mean and being the weird kid. Yeah, like Book said, like we've all kind of felt that, I'm sure. If you're a wrestling fan, there's a good chance. So yeah, it was cool. And that's the other thing is like it's okay, sorry to mention the other company, but like AEW's cool. It's fucking cool. And it's what WWE can't get is it's wrestling fans are comic book fans and we are dorks and we are geeks and we are nerds. And obviously it's bigger than all that too, but like that's what you can't, the corporate world cannot touch the fucking cool kids. You know what I mean? So whatever, weirdos, cool kids, whatever you want to call us. I'm old. I'm not a kid anymore. But yeah, it's just something that AEW has, and it's like it's baked into their DNA that they're goofier. They're a little bit left of center. They're just this is the next step in evolution. And
and they have their finger on the pulse of where wrestling is.
That's the word.
And I think that's really it. Justin mentions that Claudio and Shibata should have a singles match.
Yes.
Totally agree. Pippin had said Ospreay wearing the Harry Potter sweater wasn't great at the scrum. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't love
not
that.
a fan.
Yeah. Again, these are some of the most out of touch, weird bubble living people in the world. I'm not saying you should excuse it. I'm just saying I'm not surprised. Blurry line, the pop when Claudio and Shibata got in the ring was maybe the loudest pre-show pop I've ever heard. Though Mick had some big ones. Blurry line, I'm pretty sure Mick's was the loudest, okay? Like, yeah, Foley covered his full contract value in one promo and then some. He really did. I mean, you just immediately realized this guy's worth whatever they're paying him.
Yeah, if he did nothing else, that's like they're going to start drawing from that for video packages down the road, years and years.
Yeah, Megio Kenna, what's up, buddy? I think people have lost the art that counterculture can be punk rock, corporate advertising culture can't by design.
Yes.
There you go.
Very, very true. Oh, he's never in the chat. What's up, buddy? I didn't realize that Shibata and Claudio had never had a singles match. I mean, again, that's just like one of those things where it's like you didn't even know that you didn't even have time to think it through. Like, there's still a million fucking possibilities for dream matches in AEW alone where people have never wrestled each other or they haven't in a long time. They never have an AEW. You know, I mean, the list could just go on and on and on and on and on. But I think they did a great job because the matches ended pretty early. By the way, we got to mention in that conglomeration and Big Boom AJ match, they have the Coke. What was that water?
Vita Coco.
Vita Coco.
I couldn't stand it. They kept saying it so much. Vita Coco, Vita Coco,
Mhm.
Vita Coco,
Oh,
Vita Coco.
That's my favorite coconut water. Like, I'm like, well, now I don't want it because I was annoyed by it all night.
Right?
Like, at least it was just the pre-show. It could have been a lot worse.
And I think, wanting to keep a lower profile, Excalibur had invited Zoran Mamdani to the event. And that was my guess, was that he was the guy in the Vita Coco.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He just had to keep it on the down low.
He just had to keep it on the DL. Doesn't want to lend his
he doesn't want to play favoritism.
Yeah.
He's not a tribalist.
Yeah, he's not a tribalist. Right. Exactly.
Even though I think he has played favorites.
Thinks WWE's bad, just like everyone does. So anyway, but they did a Vita Coco water spot in the match, and then QT Marshall fell off the fucking top rope to the floor, and slipped. And I'm like, he could have blown out his knee super easily. And like, you're not going to hear me crying over not seeing QT Marshall in the ring. But like, at the same time, I don't want the guy to blow out his fucking knee and have to retire. So,
it's also not the best way to sell Vita Coco water because it's like, oh, and if you get it in your eyes, it'll blind you.
It'll blind you and you'll fall off the fucking And then he was limping around, after that spot. And then I think that what happened after? Oh yeah, then they did this big suplex spot, and then Big Boom AJ looks like fucking he just got bladed by fucking Bruiser Brody. Like he just it looked like his face exploded in the ring. So for something happened in that match, but those guys look
I don't know
up.
It's the fucking Rizzler, man.
Yeah,
you can't trust him. You just can't trust that kid.
Yeah, I know. Somebody shot on fucking Big Boom AJ in the match. Always never says I wasn't someone that was clamoring for Foley to be in AEW, but that promo was dope. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I think his personality just fits the vibe of AEW. He's one of those guys you can just see. Meggy Okeda says, can we all agree since Claudio's earned the mask, he's been plus 5,000? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he is the first guy who signed a double contract. So he has a contract with CMLL. So you see these guys I think they're living out some of their dreams at this point. Do we think that the sponsor money covered QT's medical bills?
Yes.
The Stephanie K. Hi, all. Sorry to be late. Don't be sorry. We're happy to have you. It's Brillia on Threads. Guest friend. Good to see you. Great to have you here. Thank you so much. Blurry Line 7. Harley genuinely had to stop the Rizzler falling over like 4 different times. It is not.
Can I say something really bad right now? He probably was also not complaining and might have been faking.
Yeah. Who knows? Totally. There was that one weird part where like Harley and the tall, I can't remember the super tall lady. They're both like doing like little poses for the Rizzler, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that was a little weird. I
didn't catch that.
Yeah, it's like they're showing off for the Rizzler, and I'm like, he's a child.
Like, yeah, think about this.
Very, very grown women. Like a little weird.
Very grown.
Very grown women. And I don't know. So anyway, match ends, and then they just did a great job creating this sense of chaos with that MJF and Darby and Foley thing. Mm-hmm. I thought it might play into what happened later in the show, and it didn't. But I still think that there is more that can happen from it. Over time. I love that. I love that AEW is so good at planning little tidbits that may pay off or they may not. It's like David Lynch. Like he'll show you something that's very intriguing and you'll be like, ooh, wow. And then realize later it meant nothing. And then
right. But if they want it to, it does.
But if they want it to, it'll mean a lot. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like a good long fantasy novel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we talk about the pay-per-view or just the pre-show today?
Yeah, that's a good point. We spent quite a long time on it.
Yes.
So let's get into the pay-per-view. So the first match, was there anything before the first match?
No, not
Nothing.
really.
No.
No.
Okay. So we have Cope and Christian versus FTR. What is it? Street
Can
fight?
we call them by their correct name? Team Daddy? Why are we
Team
not? Why
Daddy.
was it not caught on yet?
I think you guys might make it happen. I saw a lot of people calling Cope and Christian Daddy on the
Yeah,
timeline last night.
So Team Daddy versus FTR. If Cope and Christian don't win, they can never team again, right? For the history, for the rest of time.
Mhm.
And I gotta say, dude, like Cope must feel so good every time he goes out there and the crowd fucking sings his song like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's gotta just make you feel great. It's like the biggest pat on the back. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
One day we're gonna find out that the Rizzler was a 35-year-old with a wife and kids.
Yeah.
You know, he hasn't really aged since we first saw him.
No, he just looked the complete same.
So he might,
don't-
he could be. So the match starts. I think remember that little muscular kid that was giving Chris Jericho the finger that one time?
Yeah.
I think that kid was in the crowd.
Okay.
Possibly. I thought I saw them. The crowd was really loud. I mean, do you want me to keep going with my notes? My notes are all like, Edge looks like Old Man River, and the crowd was chanting, "Who's your daddy?" Yeah, so that was in my notes too. Okay.
I loved the "Who's your daddy" chant.
That was
Yeah.
when he brought out the belt, right, and started whipping him with the belt.
Yeah.
I think. Awesome.
Well, and then
I loved
Go.
Dak's reaction to the barbed wire on the rope, and you just see his face. God,
Mhm.
that was such a good shot. That was such good facial expressions on Dax. I was dying.
But, yeah, he
it also
totally-
made me. I'm a fucking freak. That's like, oh yes, show me more pain.
Right?
Yeah.
He knew where the camera was at all times, like, and was taking advantage of that. That was great.
Well, and it was this match could have main evented a pay-per-view. It could have main evented this show. If you had put it in the main event, people might have been like, I don't know about that. But honestly, once they saw the match, they probably would have been just fine with that. So
it was a true sicko shit match.
it
Like,
was, and it's a great match. And then finally Stokely makes his presence known and interferes. And I literally said in a group thread, cue Beth. And right when I hit send, her music hit. And it was like, you just know Beth's coming out, you know?
Yeah.
And she comes out. I believe some of her attire was a tribute to Luna Vachon, I believe. But even if not, she kind of reminded me of Luna Vachon one way or the
I
other.
could see that.
Cool either way.
Mm-hmm.
And she kicks a bunch of ass. And then there is a whole bunch of other fucking crazy shit that happens in this.
She got thrown into those fucking stairs so hard.
I know.
so hard. I was actually
like,
worried
shit,
for a
dude,
second.
she's dead.
I know.
Like,
I know. I hope she was. She wasn't bleeding, so I assume she protected herself enough. But like,
holy cow!
that looks scary. No,
And,
that
like,
looked real scary.
This is your very first match on the show, and you have disassembled the ring by the end of the match. You know, like you haven't even gotten into it yet. You know,
It was
Yeah.
true sicko shit. They just
It
were like,
was.
we're starting off with a fucking bang.
Yep.
When
Yep.
Beth got Spike, that personally did something to my my chemistry, and I was like, I want to see more women carry Spike around because
Mhm.
it
Mhm.
feels like sweet, sweet justice.
Totally, totally.
Yeah.
think-
No.
Oh, I'll call him father.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
ABM 5119.
That's not an out loud thought.
Yeah. Well,
It's whatever
it is
that
now.
spike did to your brain. That's why you've been so salty online today, isn't it?
Yeah. I am not doing anything to make myself look taller. I am a very short man. Fuck you, Mamba 2 times. Their real name
Dude.
is the CNC Wrestling Factory.
Yeah, that's what I've been
Daddy.
calling them.
Daddy.
Blurry Line 7. They did such a good job of setting this match stipulation up, especially when Beth comes out and basically FTR tried to force Cope to choose between his tag partner and his family. Very good stuff.
Jokes on them though. They're all family. So
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and the other part too was like they had eliminated Cope with that spike pile driver on the table. and Cope's out, and then they have Christian all to themselves, and they put their mic in front of Christian, and he's like, I banged your mother.
Right.
The best
That
part
shit
was that
great.
then Tony Khan
Mm-hmm.
went on and said something about banging mothers on X or something, typing up the
wow.
pay-per-view. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, he
this
said
is-
justified
or
I banged your mother chant.
Right?
Yeah.
And the crowd takes 1 second. Yeah, we're gonna chant that. We're
Yeah,
gonna
totally.
do that.
And it's Queens, baby. I mean, they're going with it. Benny the Bear in the chat. Hey, all, Beth still throws some great punches. Wow. Yeah, she really does. Bob Callie says Beth was looking jacked as hell, and also flaming table. Which,
Yeah.
let's get into
Yeah.
that. So everybody has taken at least one bump in this match where I was like worried they weren't okay. Yeah, so Beth's been run into this thing, and then Cash and Stokely are on the outside trying to set up. Was it Cope that they were trying to set up on the table? Yeah, I
Yes.
believe it was.
Yeah.
Well, they were trying to set somebody up on the table.
I thought they were gonna.
And-
I thought the intention was to put Beth through the table, but maybe not.
Oh, it might have been Beth. You're right. It
'Cause
might have
it's
been
like
Beth.
right
she
after
was on
she
the
came
outside
out-
of the ropes, but I think originally it was someone else, and then
Yeah,
something
okay.
else happened, and then the
But
Beth
the-
spot started.
The way they did the camera work was so great because you see them spreading all the, gasoline. This is a callback to the table spot with Foley from WrestleMania and Edge like forever ago. And then they move away from them. They get away from who, let's just say it was Beth for the sake of argument. It's Beth. They move. Yeah, it was Beth. So they were going to put Beth through the table. That's the truly sinister, evil shit they were going to do.
Mhm.
And they light the table on fire. It goes up like fucking crazy. They got Beth. They're going to try and use her. The camera cuts away to show something up close. And by the time you cut back, Beth's already moved. And
Right.
and she pulled Stokely in the way. And Stokely takes the burning table spot. And his jacket is on fire. It's melting. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Such a good spot. It was such a good spot.
And it's just
I-
what you've been waiting for so long.
It was the ultimate
They-
storytelling comeuppance. I thought that was really great.
They finally got their due desserts, and
Yes.
fuck
It's
the
been a-
revival. I'm so fucking happy.
Yeah. And it really,
Yeah.
it's been a year in the making that they've been owed one, and so that was really cool.
Yeah, Stoke going through a table is a great like Bobby Heenan in a weasel suit moment, where
Yeah.
it's about fucking time this guy got something, he got what's coming to him. So yeah, that was cool. And then we got new tag team champions, so that was cool.
Yay! I know.
Yep.
I was sitting on the floor during Revolution. It was wild to see the ring crew scrambling to clean the blood from FTR versus Bucks. Hey.
Nick Jackson almost bled out in front of that damn crowd. I'll tell you that.
So
yeah.
there's like a no blading rule or something in New York. Is that the
I don't
case?
think you can. Yeah, I think that you can't blade. So like whatever you saw was probably hard wave
Just
or
hard wave.
fake blood. But I don't think anything that happened in that Copeland in this match was fake. It was wild.
Right. And how cool is that? That like we're sitting here talking about, what a lot of people are calling the best pay-per-view that AEW's ever done, certainly the best of the year. And for anybody who wants to say that they, that they're too gory, that it's too much blood and guts, it's like, well, there was none here. There was nothing
Yeah,
tonight.
none.
They didn't, if they have to rely on it, if it's their crutch, not tonight, it was
And that's
totally
the thing,
clean.
like that's always been a disingenuous argument anyway. It's like the
Yeah.
quality of the
Yeah,
wrestling is so high, you could have no blood ever and it would still be
Yeah.
great. But the blood's cool too, I mean,
Yeah. Something I was
fucking
going to
awesome.
say later on. I was going to say this pay-per-view proved that AEW can do everything.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it went from the violent to the amazing technical matches and the real wrestling matches, and then you got goofy and silly. Like, anyone who says they just rely on these cheap things, not cheap things, but blood,
Yeah.
is so bad faith because they have not seen anything other than clips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They used a brandy rose and lighter fluid. Yes. Oh my God. When they did that table spot with Andrade where like she just poured lighter fluid everywhere, and then they both end up going through the table. It's like they're not even feuding. Like, what? Why are we doing this? Just everything Cody did in those last 6 months made no sense. It really made no sense. Maggie O'Kenna says, by the way, news about 15 minutes ago, WWE interested in re-signing FTR. I wonder if there will be more back shaving and Uzi hot this time. Yeah. I mean, I remember Dax. I mean, this is wrestler bullshit. So he said he was retiring after this current contract. So
really,
I don't think
I
who
also don't
knows?
see them going back. I think they felt extremely disrespected the last time, and I don't think they're completely fucking stupid.
yeah.
Yeah, why would they? What do they have to gain other than money, if that's what they're going for? And even that's not guaranteed.
Hi, my tag team partner.
Heel
I was
reads
also
and
at
hot
that point.
tags. Wow. Yeah, you guys have very complimentary kayfabe
Wow,
names
yeah.
here. Hey, I've been to Blood and
He's my
Guts
tag
before.
team partner.
Yes, I've been to Blood and Guts before, and last night wasn't close to it. It was just pure entertainment and
Mhm.
amazing talent. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And because I was at the same Blood and Guts, even when you're there, you don't really notice the blood.
Right.
And it was in Blood and Guts, and I'm not sitting there. The only thing I ever noticed was the sky blue face, and I was like,
Well,
"Holy, shit, that's a lot of
Yeah.
blood."
Yeah.
but when it's on TV, the camera's focusing on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can see Sky Blue's blood from space. Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, so anyway, they basically get it down to where it's just Dax. And I loved that they are grinding, they're just putting him through everything.
double submission. I called it.
And they did the double submission, and at first he wouldn't give up, but I loved how he tried to do the Tully Blanchard thing from the Magnum TA match, where he's like, no, and then they get Spike and they put it in his head, and he's like, I quit. You have your new tag champs. We all knew
Little chicken
Kofi and
chips.
Christian were eventually going to be tag team champions, but you got Motor City Machine Guns on the way, very likely. New Day on the way, very likely.
No, that's 99.99999%.
Yeah.
Austin
Agreed. Yeah.
was posted right before the start of oh my
Double
god,
or
what's the
Nothing.
name of this? Double or Nothing. It was shit talking with a fan wearing a Kenny Omega shirt.
Yeah.
It is, I feel like,
Yeah.
confirmed that they are on their way to AEW.
Yeah. Pushing up Daisy's bra is going to suck so hard tonight. Probably. Yeah. I would say if you watched Double or Nothing and now you're gonna watch Raw tonight, like
Have fun.
yeah, enjoy
I
that.
was low-key tempted to watch Raw just because I want to compare.
Yeah.
Like, I know they're two different ballparks, but it's like, I don't understand how you go from.
Yeah, this
They're
is
like-
great.
Makes a fair point. There were plier circumcisions, but no blading.
no
You got
blading.
savages.
As long as you
Yeah.
don't see blood.
I feel like they went a little extra hard with certain weapons
Yeah.
and certain things because of the no blading rule. They're
Well,
like,
and-
oh, we can't blade? Here's some pliers. I'm going to pull a tooth out.
now you
Romo
have to
wasn't
think
taking
about
it
what we're
easy on
doing.
anybody. He had the pliers in his nose and
Yeah.
pulled on his nostril real hard. I was like, God damn.
Copeland heard everyone calling him old and was like, well, fuck
Right?
you. I'm
Yeah.
going to go nuts.
It's amazing. You guys are talking about other wrestling on Monday nights, and it's like, dude, this show, it was like 10 o'clock, and I'm like, holy shit, it's 10 o'clock already? What the
This-
fuck? Like, what's
Yeah.
how did this go by
This was
so
the
fast?
first pay-per-view in a long time where I was genuinely like, holy shit, this does not feel long.
No, not at all.
Like, because I felt Dynasty felt long because I actually fell asleep, which I don't really fall asleep
I
during
got
that.
a little
but, like,
sleepy later on in this show, but I might have taken
That's
some
because you're
gummies. That
old.
might have had something to do with it. But
This
Um,
felt like it felt like a 2-hour show
yeah.
because it just was nonstop.
And speaking of taking a long time, we are only on the very first match,
That's
so
the-
we should probably keep moving. That's
Let's
a
go.
segue.
Yeah.
The next match.
Talk about the greatest match to ever happen on.
Yes, and
TV,
so that's why I got super
life.
excited a minute ago when you were talking about the cornucopia of wrestling. There was a point during this match where they just did some amazing sequence, and I don't remember what it was. And the crowd did that thing that you see when you watch Japanese wrestling, where they go, "Holy shit, that was a fucking amazing sequence. We're going to stand up and cheer for actual
Yeah.
wrestling."
Right.
Not for a
reversals
moment.
and shit.
not for pyro, not for charismatic, whatever, for fucking wrestling. The crowd was cheering for professional wrestling, and it like my heart swelled. It felt so good, you know.
They have
So
been
Okada
built-
versus Takeshita.
Yeah. So they show that this is coming up next. I'm like, what are you guys doing? This is crazy. Like you just had
Insane.
that match, and now you're gonna have Okada versus Takeshita second. That's
And
crazy.
we all knew going in that this was a match of the year contender.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
So like,
But
that
And
was
it's number 2.
fucking wild behavior on Tony Khan's part.
well, and the potential downside is that they had built this for so long and probably a little too long that the expectations are through the fucking roof by the time you get to this match. And they delivered and exceeded my expectations in every single way. They showed this amazing video of Takeshita before they got in. He's speaking in Japanese, shot beautifully.
They did the Arnold fist.
Yeah.
Isn't that show
yeah.
Arnold? Isn't that what that's called?
I believe so, yes. But they you know, I was hyped. So Takeshita comes down, and then Okada comes down, and you've got Don Callis at ringside. And I gotta say, for the most part, during the match, Don didn't show a lot of favoritism. I mean, he told Okada, hey, don't tombstone him on the mat outside because
I got to make money from him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He didn't care
Which
about
just
the
shows what Don Callis only cares about.
Books. I've known that the whole time. I said he turns on literally everyone. He's going to turn on me too. We're good right now. And
He's not
I
even
wait-
probably on your side at this point, Blade.
I
mean,
wait for my inevitable demise by
he clearly
you're
made
waiting for
fun
your
of
phone
you.
call.
He made fun of you once.
I bet he did. Yeah. Well, no, he
Oh,
did.
he did.
on
That's
TV.
right.
But I don't look like an in-process circumcision, so I can take it. And Don does. So, I mean, this is just like two gladiators that are equally matched, going at it in their primes.
It's
felt everything you
fucking
could ever-
big.
Yeah, it just felt massive. It felt massive. The crowd just added to everything. The reversals
I
were
called
insane.
it pure wrestling awesomeness because I didn't know how else to describe it. It was just, it was pure wrestling and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, and then you guys are going to be shocked, but in the preview of this show, I got the prediction wrong on this one. I thought Takeshita might lose as a result of being turned on by the Don Callis family.
I thought
don't
that too,
remember what
actually.
I said. I think I had Takeshita.
I had
don't
Okada.
No,
remember.
you agreed
That
with
was
me.
what-
No, I have you on tape. You agreed with
And
me.
because you tried to convince me otherwise.
I agreed with you too.
Yeah. It,
My heart was telling me Takeshita, and then I talked to you, and you messed with my head.
Oh, you're gonna blame me just like you always blame Don. You know, you see how this works? You see how this works? We're all just scapegoats for you.
I'm witness to it this time.
Yeah. So yeah, see, Degree, you have to validate me going forward.
No.
Just this
Degree.
once. I mean, it's
Okay,
the only.
even
I
just
don't have a
this
show
once.
without him.
Could you please validate me, please? So anyway,
No,
so,
you were right. You were right. Okay. I'm pretty. Again,
It's the
all right?
only. It's the only.
You
time
weren't
he's-
right 2 weeks ago. I take that one back.
I'm
but I
actually
didn't listen.
literally right about being wrong and that you were also wrong. That's what I'm
Yes,
right
I
about.
was.
So
You're
okay.
right. In my head, though, if I actually put my predictions out there, it would have been Takeshita.
This is why I'm glad we do it this way, is because I have you all on record and nobody can change after the fact. Yeah. So these guys beat the living piss out of each other, but everything was so fluid. It's kind of like Steamboat and Flair, or like one of those just where they're
Would you call it steambotion?
Steambotion. Yes.
Which is
Yes.
a word in the dictionary.
Yes, it's in the dictionary. I invented Steambotion. Yes, that's correct.
Have we
but-
checked on Dave Meltzer? Is Dave Meltzer still alive?
Fuck You Mama 2 times
There you
says
go.
my two favorite wrestlers had the match we were all begging for since the first interaction. Absolutely match of the year, 6 stars. They've got to give that an
Yeah,
easy
dude.
5. I mean, but probably more.
if it doesn't get 6, we need to make sure Meltzer's
If it doesn't get 6,
all
it's just
there.
because it wasn't at the Tokyo Dome, right?
yeah.
Yes. Yes. Kurt Jangle says you're all out of the will. I'm not. I'm still advocating for Don. I even know that Don's going to turn on me, and that's how I'm ready to go.
This was the match where my son and I are watching, as we often do on Wednesdays, and my wife is making a puzzle because she's a big puzzle maker. Okay, so she's just a few feet over, and finally, after years, I guess it's a long-term storyline in my own home. Finally, my wife just says, "So who is this Don Callis guy?" All I ever hear about is Don Callis. She's like, every single segment, it doesn't matter who's wrestling. It doesn't matter who's in the ring, who's out of the ring. Who is Don Callis? And finally, and I'm just like dying laughing. And I had to go into this like lengthy explanation of like, well, this is what Don's all about and this and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it was a learning experience for my whole family.
Yeah. Heel reads and Hot Tag says they complemented each other very well in their wrestling. Yeah.
They're soulmates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Given how late this match was, how delayed it kept feeling, they had so much to live up to, and they did. Yeah. Jangle says, honestly, Okada's best match in AEW by far.
By far.
I don't think it's even close.
Yeah.
Really.
It kind of gives me, because I don't think we were completely disappointed in Omega and Okada, but it gives me hope that when we do get round 7, the tiebreaker, that it could be at this level.
Yeah. No, and after seeing Kenny in action last night, it gave me a lot of hope too.
Yeah.
I told you guys, Kenny was fucking around with us last year.
I mean, I know he said he came back too soon. You know, he has copped to that. And he said when he came back against Gabe Kidd, that was way too soon. And that he should have been out way longer.
But he looked great in that match. Not in every match sense, but in that one he sure did.
Yeah, he did. He looked great in that match because he could go all out because he hadn't taken any damage. And then but then he like wrestled a bunch in a short period of time, and then he started taking long periods between matches. And
he started looking a little rougher. Yeah.
Yeah, he started looking rough. He couldn't do his stuff.
No,
100%.
And I think he knew that by the end. And I'm glad he's continuing to take time so we can get these big matches, because we are obviously going to have a couple more big dream matches coming up with him. So
Callis talks Okada out of tombstoning Takeshita on the floor, but is way too late to the party to try and keep Takeshita from brain-bustering Okada on the floor. And that wasn't even close to the end of the match. They kept going back and forth. They get to that classic New Japan Okada thing where this guy's just looking for one or two moves. He's going to hit that drop kick every time. He's going to go for the Rainmaker. Drop kick, Rainmaker. Drop kick, Rainmaker. Sometimes he hit it. Sometimes he didn't. They go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Takeshi's hitting him with everything. Okada's hitting him with everything. And Takeshita just fucking beats him. Straight up beats him. Clean. Takeshita stands up. It's like the greatest victory of his career, in his world. Because he just beat the guy that he's like, the greatest Japanese wrestler of the 21st century.
Yeah, even more so than
Omega and Okada. Like, he's gonna go down as a
even more than I was gonna say the IWGP belt. It's like, but beating Okada is kind of a bigger deal,
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
yes. And after the match, they kind of have this, Takesha's celebrating and they're talking about how the Don Callis family's coming down to the ring, and I'm like, here we go. Right. And so at first, it didn't necessarily look like there was a problem. And Davis and Takeshita are having words.
Right.
And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And then Takeshita starts all right, you fuckers want to go. Like, we're going to go.
Everybody else backed off to the other side, and Takeshita was by himself.
And then
Poor
the
Takeshita.
Proto Stars hits, and Kyle Fletcher walks down. He played this so perfectly. He walked slowly down to the ring, all business, and he gets in the ring, and he looks serious as hell. And I'm like, I had said while he was on his way down to the ring, I was talking to Kayfabe K through text, and I said, Kyle's about to break everybody's heart right now. And she's like, oh my God, I hope not. And I was like, no, he is. Like, I guarantee it. And so he gets in the ring. He backs the family down. It looks like he's chosen Takeshita. And I wasn't fucking fooled, not even for a second. Because
I was too.
What could you do? Like, you can't have both these guys leave the family at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yes, you
like,
can. Yes,
no,
you can.
No, you can't.
But it
Too
didn't
big
look
loss.
like it didn't look like anything was happening at first. So I was like, oh, they're just gonna stretch this out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he won't turn on him until Wednesday or the following Wednesday. And I was
so
also wrong.
The family gets out of the ring. They start to leave. He raises his hand even, and I'm like, here it comes. Nope, not quite. But then when he handed the belt to him, and he takes the belt, and then he raises his hand one more time, and then he just turns around and fucking nails him with the clothesline. Everybody is like, that was the exact right way to do this, because they fooled you all into thinking this was over. It was not over. And
I was on an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah. Oh, and Threads just lit the fuck up with.
I went from Fletcher. I can sum up Threads. Fletcher is also Team Takeshita. Fuck yes. Fuck you guys. With the squeak and all, because that was the genuine reaction. Was fuck you, Kyle.
Yeah. Let's see. Kurt Angle, God Killer Takeshita. Exactly. That's how he
Alpha,
felt.
That's what they should
That's
oh God. There's currently no reason, barring injury, that we pray does not happen, where Takeshita doesn't end up as one of the top 5 Japanese wrestlers in history. I agree. Yeah. Pippin says the first heartbreak of the night, and yeah, big time.
I'm not emotionally okay.
He has everything
call Tony
going.
Khan the Heartbreak Kid now.
Yeah. Well, look at Shawn Michaels. I don't think that weird-looking motherfucker's breaking any hearts anymore.
No.
Blurry Line 7, he has
Only
everything
when he looks
going
in the
for him
mirror.
to become a legend akin to Tana or Okada. I agree.
Yes.
Funky Mama says 2 times on site whenever I see Kyle Fletcher.
Yep.
Kurt Jangle, I don't believe in love anymore.
Same.
Oh, yeah. Benny the Bear says, yeah, it was taking so long. It's like, oh, yeah, here it comes.
And then,
Bob Callie, Don Callis, and Kyle Fletcher proved that you can never trust dudes in 3-piece suits and no socks. It's so true. So true.
Nope. Fuck Don Callis.
Yes.
Little
And then
weasel.
always never adds. You
That's what I
absolutely
was gonna
cannot
get
have
to.
both Fletcher and Take leave the family at the same time. I also love that spot with Okada and Fletcher with the belt.
Yep.
So
And there's your fucking seeds that you're planting down the road.
Mm-hmm.
But what I took this as is Okada's like, oh, fine, I'll be done with him. Like Okada and Takeshita, I think they're done.
Yeah,
probably.
This is about Fletcher and Takeshita now over the international title. The international title can finally start to feel like what it felt like a year ago,
Right.
where it was the second most important men's singles title. And
or hear me out. Combine it with the fucking Continental and bring back the Unified that you made a big fucking deal over.
yeah.
The International Championship.
Take is unifying the belts. He has to get his win back against Mox, and I don't fantasy book. You don't fantasy book, but that's a great point because Mox did beat him at the last show. So that's a good point. All right, we should probably move on.
Yeah, we should, because we're only 3 matches in.
It's gonna be a long show, guys. Sorry.
It's gonna be a super long show because whatever.
It was a 5-hour pay-per-view.
Yeah, so if we go 3 hours, I mean that's about right.
Some of these matches, we'll see. Whatever. The next match is a first-round match in the Owen Hart tournament. We have the Forever Champ Athena, who has not lost a match in her 77 of her last matches, versus Mina Shirakawa. 2 popular ladies. Never trust men who look like bedazzled penises. Fucking truer words have never been spoken.
It really is true. Blurry Line, Thank you for reminding us of that
Yeah,
because
it's-
Dawn and Kyle both look like bedazzled penises. That
It's
is
come up
absolutely
several
true.
times in my life, and those are true words, absolutely. What?
hmm
Okay, I'm gonna jump ahead a teeny tiny little bit. What
Mhm.
is the Pac-Man fever thing that Mina Shirakawa is doing? What she kept doing this, like chomping. Remember Pac-Man fever? Remember that song? Okay, it was an old song. Pac-Man was a popular video game in the 80s, and they made a song called Pac-Man Fever, and people would do a little dance where they acted like they were Pac-Man. And Mina kept doing that throughout the whole match. The fuck was that?
I don't
No one knows what I'm talking about.
know.
She kept doing this.
I'm gonna have
She kept
to- I'm
doing
gonna have
this
to
the whole-
rewatch.
Like she was going chomp, 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 chomp. And I
Did
thought
you
it was
take-
like calling for a move, but I don't know what move she was calling for.
Did
She
you take
did it.
the medications yesterday?
I did take some medication yesterday, and that may have had something to do with it. That's probably why I don't remember a lot of the details from these matches. But she kept, yes, crocodile arms. Thank you, Bleary Line. She could. So, okay.
I don't
and it goes,
recall this.
Pac-Man fever, it's driving me crazy, driving me crazy. You never heard this song?
I've heard
Buckner
it.
and
No, but
Garcia.
I'm a late 80s baby, so like I
Oh.
grew up in the 90s.
It's horrible. It's a horrible, horrible song about Pac-Man. We had the 45. Anyway,
So Athena
no one
versus
knows
Mina
what she was
Shirakawa. I don't know
It
why
was-
she was
it-
doing it.
not like she's not calling for a move. Well,
I don't know. I don't.
Anyway, it
maybe
was
she
a
was
good
just like,
match.
I'm going to eat this bitch. I don't know.
I
don't know.
I don't know. Well, she didn't. It was a good match though. No surprise.
incredible.
Because holy shit.
It was.
I would like for
I-
Athena to win the whole thing personally.
I
but
would
that's
too.
just me
She's my
personally.
pick.
Okay, good.
And here's my thing. Move Athena up to the AEW roster now. You're down Willow. You're down Tony.
Mm-hmm.
You're down Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
Athena's your girl.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree. And
Stop
then,
fucking around. Put the belt on Athena. Push this girl right now.
and continue developing the character of Sheeta and Stat and all
Mhm.
these other people that they are doing good work with. You know, like I
Yeah.
gotta say, Sheeta has been. It's like she's been under contract literally the entire run of AEW.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're just getting to see a big
A
part of
different-
who she is.
Yeah.
And
Her whole
it's really
She kind of
title run-
allowed her geek side to come out, and like you can kind of tell she's playing a video game villain
Mhm.
right now, which I love. I mean, it's my favorite type of gimmick. So like, fucking push her. I hope they can now spend some time with Mina too, actually going back to what she was kind of alluding to, and that's finding Tony's killer. Put her in a full fucking whodunit gear. Like, fucking make a fun fucking segment. Like, Jesus Christ, it's not that hard.
yeah,
Tony,
Yeah.
hire me.
yeah, I know. Athena really has been on a heater lately. Benny the Bear says, she has.
Mhm.
She's as good in ring as anyone else in AEW, period. She might be the best in ring that AEW has. And that's a huge compliment.
Mhm.
She is incredible. And it's not that I see ROH as the minor leagues. It's like it's holding her down at
Yeah.
this point, character-wise. It's just holding her
Mhm.
down. Being champion for like 27 years doesn't matter at a certain point because there's nobody credible in that division anymore. So
To
you've
take
got
her on. Yeah.
you're muted, bud. Degree, you're muted.
So this whole time I've actually been clearing my throat with my microphone on.
No.
No,
I've
we
been
have not.
surprised
I have not heard you.
I've been
Oh,
surprised
well,
at
no,
how
I think
little.
it's only been muted for like just a little teeny bit. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. No, I was just agreeing with you. It doesn't matter. I was agreeing with both of you. Whatever the two of you said, I fucking agreed with.
I will say,
Yes.
even Lance Storm has jumped in and said, "Get her out of ROH."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
push her.
I saw that comment.
No.
I I will. Go ahead.
She's just really super good. Like, why?
Well,
would
and
you
She's
she's
the whole
not-
package.
And
yeah.
she's
Why would you not utilize that?
she's the kind of good that you can't be for very long.
Right,
Like
dude.
the
That
apex
woman.
of her ability.
I have told this story every time Athena comes up, and I will tell it every time until the day I die. We were front row at a fucking Warrior Wrestling show in Chicago. Front row. And Athena sold a leg injury I was 100% convinced. I'm like, shit, her career is over. This woman's never going to wrestle again. She's hurt herself, and I witnessed Athena's last match. And it was all a lie. It was a ruse. She's just incredible. She's so talented. In every aspect of wrestling.
Blurry Line makes a great point. Mina does deserve a lot of praise for absolutely wrestling to Athena's level, and not many wrestlers on the planet and work to Athena's level. I agree. I think they have great chemistry together. They have had a great match together before. And I think that with Mina, I mean, this woman as an in-ring competitor, the first time I ever saw her was in Stardom. She was not this. I mean, she was not even close to this. She has come so far in such a quick period of time and really, really raised her game. And I am a huge fan of Mina. And
how long has she been in the business?
6-7 years, maybe.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
But she's leveled up massively.
Wow.
She got in. She's in her late 30s, though. She got in when she was older.
She's my age.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah.
If I knew that I could get into wrestling 5 years ago,
right?
6 years ago, I would have done it. Now, not so much. But...
Eddie Malone. No.
What's this?
I don't know.
I don't. What did I? Is he tricking me into something again?
Yes. Very likely. Okay. Yes. Meggy O'Kenna says, here's the thing. Time and time again, when asked, Athena talks about over how happy she is working ROH and running her own promotion, Metroplex in Dallas, in her home. I agree. She can still do it on the AEW roster.
There is some
point you have to prioritize what is good to watch.
There is something, though, to be said for like years from now, when all is said and done, and history, the books have been written, she's gonna be a fucking 6,000 day champion, and like that's fucking cool. I'm a big I like continuity. I like history and shit like that, and so to be able to look back at her and so she's not in the main roster doing the things she should be doing, but damn, that's a cool little piece of history. You know what I mean? Like, she's gonna beat Bruno Sammartino's record.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. Like, they had Roman beat like a bunch of records, and then Tony's like, "Fuck it, I'll just have her beat Bruno."
I'm talking
the champion for 14 years.
Yeah,
like
the what is it? Is it 7 years straight or something? Like,
Eden spotting.
Yeah,
there's a beautiful horse behind you. Oh,
Blurry Line makes the point I was kind of dancing around, not to age people or bring up shelf life, because I believe Athena is going to go for a long, long time. But Athena is going to be 38 soon. Like, this is her prime. I want to see her on the biggest stage. That's ultimately what I'm saying. It's not. And if she's happy with this, like, bless her. Like,
sure,
you're having a great run, but damn it, you should be the biggest woman in AEW for a while. Especially after all the work she's done,
So happy to see these women that are my age doing these incredible fucking feats.
Oh, Degree, you said Athena was selling her injury to the point you thought you saw her.
Yeah.
So that's why Yeti Malone was like, we can't believe women. Yeah.
That's a horrible thing to say, Yeti Malone. This is horrible. Who are you?
Kurt Jangle, Texas native, says MPX rules and I need to get to more shows. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, I just want to thank our audience so far. This is the highest live viewership we've ever had. Thank you very, very much. So Yay. Athena basically gets her ass kicked most of the match. There were a couple rough spots, but I actually liked it because I thought that sometimes you can be a little off, but it looks like you're struggling with each other. And this was the good kind of off where you don't have to be perfectly fluid and crisp. And they were done the disservice of being put in this match after Okada and Takeshita. So anybody would have a hard time following that up. And I think they did a great job. But basically, Mina's kicking her ass most of the match. And Athena just hits the O-face and pins her. And it really sold how devastating that move is.
This is also the point where my wife, still making a puzzle, was saying, these women are making a lot of noises. And that's all she said. They were making.
We need to have your wife on the show.
So. I know, dude.
She would be a great guest.
We need to have a live stream where she talks about, because we do this thing every week where she rates Renee Paquette's outfits I
Oh,
don't know.
nice.
Yeah, she doesn't really like it as much as the rest of us enjoy it. But yeah.
I think I'm with your. I don't always love Renee's outfits.
No, but she's
But that's because Renee takes wild risks with her outfits.
she does. Yeah, but she.
It doesn't mean they work.
And every week it's like, oh, let me guess, is she wearing a vest again? And like, sure as shit. And then she'll follow it up where she's like, let me guess, the sparkled belt, and sure as shit, like, right? Yeah.
Maggie O'Kenna, not to wildly fantasy book way over the moon, but my God, the Athena Oscar rematch would be unreal. Holy shit!
I
Not
would
gonna happen?
love for her just to like show up in AEW for like.
If Asuka showed up in
month.
AEW, I would lose my fucking mind. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Kana?
Well, I'll talk
Is
about
she-
what I thought was going to happen with the women's event because I was a little. It looked like they were gearing up for something, and
Athena versus Sari is going to bang so hard. TK, don't be a coward and let Sari win the Owen. So you think they're going to do Sari versus Tekla at All In? I mean, they have time to build whoever wins it, but I'm not sure if they can quite get to that level. We'll see. Maggie, heel reads and hot tags. I definitely judge their outfits too. LOL. And look, Renee is from Toronto at the end of the day. The vest in Canada is a deluxe garment. Okay. It's like, it is
a deluxe garment.
Yeah. It's like, how like, when you grow up poor, like when you get to go out to like Arby's, that's like a nice dinner that everybody gets to have.
Arby's.
Yeah.
You could have said Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Kids, don't worry.
Olive Garden.
We're getting Arby's
Arby's.
and horsey sauce tonight. It's a big night.
Maggie O'Kenna, degree your wife should be behind you doing a puzzle during the stream and chime in for outfits and Cali spots.
Totally.
Well, you let her know.
Who the fuck is Don Callis?
Yeah, she's a star in the making.
Oh my God.
Maggie O'Kenna does bring up, I enjoy the Renee Canadian tuxedo. Renee leans into the Canadian tuxedo, and I appreciate that.
It's one of the few outfits of her. Sometimes it's one of the few outfits I like love of hers, but sometimes I just look at her and I go, "Girl, what the f are you wearing?"
Well, because it's like things that are just like wildly like. I mean, and this is what I like about Renee is like those are her clothes. Those are her clothes. She's not being dressed by like any like those are her clothes. And yeah, sometimes she's not gonna knock it out of the park, but
she's the
cool.
GOAT backstage interviewer at this point.
She is super the GOAT. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's surpassed Mean Gene. Like she has reached the pinnacle of her field. Lexi Nair is very good too, though. She's coming up and she's come a long way, a long time. Not the Arby's. Kurt Jangle, Arby's had the meats. What does Red Lobster have that compares? Exactly.
Unlimited shrimp.
I don't think Red Lobster's that good. I never thought that it.
I had it
like
once.
It? Yeah.
Well, no. So I'm a New York, New England girl, right? Like I grew up going to the Cape, having
Oh
fresh lobster
yeah.
roll, so the one time I tried, and also I'm an Italian girl, so this is where this is gonna go. I will never, besides the one time I've eaten at Red Lobster and Olive Garden, ever return to those restaurants.
I don't think you're allowed. I don't think you're allowed to go back.
I am a
Italian.
Polish boy who grew up in a cornfield, and I would also never go to either of those restaurants ever again.
The Stephanie K says it's nice to see something different on women than a skirt up to their coochie.
Yes.
Fair.
Yes, we have finally said the word coochie on a live stream.
This long.
Heel reads and hot tags. Arby does have good mozzarella sticks and curly fries. LOL.
Fuck yeah, they do. I think all the Arby's by us are closed. There's not really any open anymore.
Well, yeah, it's because you stopped going there.
Probably. I started getting healthy.
Fuck you, mama, 2 times. You can definitely build Tekla versus Sari. Sari is a freelancer and was never in Stardom with Tekla. Tekla knows Joshi, but she doesn't know about Sari. And Yeti Malone says cheddar, bay, biscuits. All right.
Those were really good.
You can buy those at the grocery store. Okay, do you want to move on to the next match?
Yeah, let's move on.
Well,
Why don't we talk
speaking
about
of Renee, let's talk about her husband.
Yeah, the next match was my 4th match of the night. John Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly. And we've been waiting for this
Kyle
match.
We can root for.
Yes, Kyle has beaten Moxley, made him tap, 2 or 3 times at this
Twice.
point.
Twice.
Just disgusting face of blood. The guy that Moxley can't beat. And speaking of guys who keep taking a licking and keep coming back. Jim Ross is back on commentary, and everybody got really fucking nervous. What do you guys think?
Well, given the fact
I'm
that
gonna give him
JR
grace.
is being tested for dementia and Alzheimer's right now, I was
Yes,
kind of like,
that's
you know
true.
what? He kept calling Kyle
That is
O'Reilly
true. I
this
didn't think
kid-
about that.
the kid, you know, because I think he was having trouble with his name a few times. But it was actually great to hear him on the call because just
It's
this
Jim
guy
Ross.
doesn't
Maybe his
have
last
much.
time.
Any of these matches could be his last time. He is Jim Ross is the GOAT of my generation. Like I don't think it's particularly close in that regard. And I loved fucking WCW Jim Ross, who took himself way too fucking seriously. You know, well, he went to West Texas school, and he always says school. But it was good. It was good that JR was there, and they had a really good match. Very different than every other kind of match that you saw on this show. It was grappling. It was mat work. It was kicking, punching, physicality. I liked the finish because I knew Mox was going to win. I just what's the point of having Fletcher or O'Reilly, beat him again? Because O'Reilly's clearly not in line for a big singles push. So,
I think O'Reilly's okay with that.
O'Reilly's a trios champ. That's and he's been injured a lot. And that's really, you got to be careful where you slot him in. And so what I loved was Moxley, kind of reverses into a ankle lock of his own. And I loved O'Reilly's trying to get to the ropes desperately. Desperately.
Yes.
Sold it. It was all O'Reilly. He made the ending.
It looked like it was glitching the way he was like jerking for the ropes so much. And they called him like a caged animal or something.
Yes. And he really played that up like he was a caged animal. And he's spinning around in circles and Moxley's just not letting go. And he finally he can't get out. And he sells like, I can't push or pull myself anymore. Yeah. And he just lays there for a second trying to figure out, is this really the fucking end? And he's like, yep, it's the end. And he taps out. That's all I really have for this one.
It was great psychological storytelling on Moxley's part.
Yeah.
And it was, I'm glad Moxley won with the ankle lock submission. I thought that was a perfect way to end this.
Yeah. And ultimately Kyle helped Moxley's character advance. And I think that he should be proud of that because he played a really important role. I don't think a lot of people can say that in AEW. Moxley's usually the one advancing others. So for him to be advanced by Kyle, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. You're playing an important role there.
And Kyle gets legitimized in that. I mean, not that he needs to be legitimized at this point, but just he went the distance. He went the distance as more times than most people can say they've done with Mox,
Yeah. I love that Mox kept taking out Kyle's legs to take away those vicious kicks. Yeah, Benny the Bear. That is very true. Mox, the psychology of his matches over the last, really post-title reign, post-world title reign, have been so good. Like, just logical MMA kind of influenced matches that are just great matches. Mox and Kyle is like my preferred genre of MMA influenced wrestling. It's not fucking raw underground. Yes. It's something very much within the realms of wrestling where both guys just happen to be very competent martial artists who can make their stuff look good. Yes. Oh, hey, New Day Mark in the chat. My ears no longer hurt from being in that crowd last night. How did it feel being at one of the greatest shows I've ever seen in my life? I was just at Dynasty. It was a lot of fun being there, but I know damn well that show was nothing.
Last night was the show.
Last night was the fucking show. So I was happy for you. I was thinking of you. Great. I'm very glad you got to be there.
Super cool. Yeah, there's a point in any Jon Moxley match where he is like a bad guy in a video game, and it's like you've depleted his power meter. Oh, but he's got a second power meter just waiting.
Yes.
Because it's Mox,
It's Mox. He is the big bad.
Yeah. And the handshake at the end was classy too. I liked that.
It was. It was begrudging, and it was like you could tell O'Reilly hates his guts still. Yeah. But you got to do it. Jangle says incredible physical storytelling, and both men played their roles perfectly. Exactly. Really, really good match. Then, as Mox is making his exit, so Will Ospreay comes out.
Keep going.
Yeah, I know. I was,
I
like,
was
should
waiting
keep-
for. I'm going to get.
Should
to
I keep
Ospreay
doing the
part.
song? Yeah.
Alex and I are
keep
gonna-
doing the song. So the crowd is going nuts, and Ospreay comes down. He's just wearing a simple black kind of leather vest looking thing.
Can we take a moment to appreciate Dark Will Ospreay?
Sith Lord.
Holy fuck, Sith Lord Will Ospreay. Alex is a lucky fucking lady. Because I don't know what Will Ospreay did on his recovery, but dear God, and then he comes out looking like an evil overlord. I was done.
Yeah. Well, I think what he did while he was gone is he fixed his hair.
He did fix his hair.
He just got his hair figured out. They got it sorted.
He didn't know where to
Is that
go with
all
it.
is? Was it just his hair? I don't know, but
I mean, he lost muscle mass too, but like I
He
don't
had the
think-
charming smile, but the hair just never was quite there.
Well, and
now
his
it's
hair
like a
was
complete-
different every single week. I was expecting him to come out in braids or something.
Yeah,
one
he
week.
wasn't
I mean,
sure
he
what
was
to
just
do with
very
that.
different every single week.
He got it.
I
He
could see
figured
him
it
with
out.
one of those caps that has the dreads in it at one point. Like, just, you
Like
never
a-
knew what you were going to get with Slick Willie,
a
but now he's
visor,
figured it out.
A visor with the fake spiked hair on the top. That's a classy look. My dad had one of those.
maybe
Literally,
Alex
what-
coming to AEW was a good thing, so
Oh,
she
yeah.
can have control over his hair.
She has
Yeah.
control over the hair. You can tell. There's somebody else guiding that ship now.
Yeah.
It's a relief. Blurry Line 7 says Mox is one of the best in-ring minds of his generation. Agreed. I
Yes.
think him and Kenny Omega, of their respective styles,
Mhm.
could probably take that at least deep into consideration there. And then New Day Mark says that was the greatest show I've ever been to. The pop for Foley at the beginning of the buy-in with only 3,000 or 4,000 people in the building was the loudest pop I've heard in
Wow.
person. It came through very
So loud.
loudly.
Yeah.
Like it was very
So
loud.
are we renaming the Road Warriors pop?
The Foley pop,
Right? So the match.
the weird one pop. Yeah.
Samoa Joe and Will Ospreay. It's like my own personal Mount Rushmore, or at least half of it
Yeah.
in the ring.
Mhm.
Ospreay, fucking the bell rings and he's already on him. This is the new
Mhm.
Will Ospreay. This is the badass Death Rider.
This is
Will
the
Ospreay.
Death Rider. Will
Right? He's a
Ospreay.
bird of prey, as Mox told him.
Mhm.
And it was a super good
Which is
match,
funny considering Brawling Birds.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
right?
Um,
The only thing I have in my notes is that Will Ospreay managed to do a Styles Clash on Samoa Joe, because that was
Which-
when I sat up.
Yeah.
I laugh so hard because we all know what his Samoa Joe's history with AJ Styles.
Mhm.
Will Ospreay is heavily inspired by AJ Styles. I
Mhm.
died. It was also a very clean looking Styles clash
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
for someone the size of
He's a big guy.
Joe.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's kind of large. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Um,
meanwhile, on to piggyback off that comment though, we hear rumors about AJ Styles saying that his dream match would be against Kenny Omega. It's like, you better keep those fucking paychecks coming, Paul. you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Totally.
still don't think it's out of the question. I think
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's out of the
Like-
question. I think it's
I think
not
it's less than likely. But I
less
don't think
than
it's out of the
likely for
question.
sure.
and there's like a 5%
100%.
chance
Mhm.
it happened. That story is not over, and it's something I won't forgive AJ Styles for not even taking 1 second to think like we need to end this story, and then just see AJ Styles and Will Ospreay in a ring. But I digress.
Stephanie says the bad boy thing is real. Yeah.
Yes,
Larry Line says Will is a certified himbo.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. By his own admission, heel reads and hot tags. She is. His character has shifted or evolved. Show how he got more hot. LOL.
he did.
Show how he got more hot. Yeah.
I never thought Ospreay
Oh.
was attractive until
Somehow.
he's returned, and now
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, sure.
holy fuck! I get the Will Ospreay stuff.
Now, could we take a minute though to just recognize the sheer fucking greatness of Samoa Joe?
That
This
was
guy,
It's most of my life.
he can be
I-
anyone that he needs to be.
Uh-huh.
In any situation.
I thought for a second he was winning. I was convinced. I was like, oh, Tony's going to pull the rug under us because the way Joe was wrestling was insane. I was like, oh my God, they're going to do this to Ospreay again.
Right. I'm at a point now where I am always worried about that.
Yeah.
I don't trust anything anymore. Yeah. There were a couple moments where I wondered if Joe was going over.
Well, and I thought it was really fascinating. So of course they do the 3-arm thing, which they do very selectively. Like most times it's just one and you're done. Like you don't need 3 times to know if a guy's out. Like if it goes down once, he's out.
Well,
but
clearly
drama.
They still showed us that yes, you do, because I was convinced at that point Ospreay was done. I was like,
that was pretty genius though, because he's choking out, and they raise it once, raise it twice, and then it's falling, and it just fell on the rope. And
he didn't do the Dusty Rhodes thing.
No, yeah. That was good shit. And Ospreay's selling was really, really good during that point.
And the way the camera was set up.
Yeah.
That was fucking they had that camera right there for that.
There were a ton of moments like that were so perfect.
Yep. Blurry Line says you can basically pretend that WWE Joe never happened. This is the logical progression of what TNA and ROH Joe should have become with age. I agree. He's just he could still be a world champion at any time. He's older than me, and that's old. Okay, old as fuck. He's like 47, 48 years old. So
thanks, Blade.
Yeah, he's only a year younger than Degree. He's only a year younger than Degree. I mean, it's insane. Kurt Jango says AJ and the Good Brothers for one last run in AEW. I'm all for AJ.
I'm on that same page.
They've had their chances, damn it. They kept going back to WWE. Benny the Bear, honestly, the way Joe has slowed down really works for him, and anytime he is there, Joe is a problem for everyone. And even the mass he's gained works for him.
Yeah.
He knows how to hold himself for his style. And it's Larry Line was very vocal yesterday in this chat I was in. I fucking hate the 3-arm raise. Surely if he drops once, he's already unconscious and the ref is just letting him get brain damage. It is true. It is true. And whereas Kurt Jangle says, I am a huge mark for a submission 3 count.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a referee's discretion. It's sort of like it's a 10 count outside, but you think the referee's going to count 10 during a title match? He's going to let it go a little bit. So it's the same thing with submission.
Yeah, it's the ref going, oh, his arm dropped. No, let's see if it drops again. No, one more time. Let's just see if it drops again.
I'll give him one more chance. He's like a parent in that way,
Let's see if it drops again. Let's see if it drops again.
All right. Do we want to move on to the next match? Do we have anything else to say about that one?
Well, and Ospreay wins.
Ospreay won.
It was a great match.
Knocked Joe the fuck out, and looked like a badass. And Joe even very, very begrudgingly gave him a little props on the way out.
You just know that was a dream match for both of them. So, and you could tell in the way they performed.
Yeah. Anything in the chat? No. All right. Next match.
Yeah.
So the next
Let's
match.
Go.
What? Yeah. It's 7:00. We're on match 6.
Yeah.
Bandito versus Swerve, first round, Owen Hart Cup. Swerve fucking. So okay. So it's a Sunday night. My kids do laundry on Sunday nights. My son says, "What's the next match?" And I said, "I don't know what the next match is. You probably have time to take your laundry out and go put it downstairs. But be forewarned, sometimes Swerve has really cool entrances at pay-per-views." And that motherfucker missed. I took pictures of the television because I was like, "Get up here. You got to see what he's dressed like." Because he was wearing the fucking Beat It jacket. And that was cool as shit.
This match was so
there was a match too.
Crazy. This match was fucking insane, batshit shit I've never seen before. Swerve standing on Bandito's shoulders and gives him a fucking what's the kick movie?
The kick to the head?
Yeah, the
Swerve
fucking just winds his foot back and kicks him in the fucking head.
Either way, it was fucking insane.
I
literally stopped what I was doing and I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, it's the house call.
Yeah.
Everyone was sitting in the back watching the previous match going, how the fuck do I beat this? Let's come up with something fucking crazy. Because it's the only way to explain this pay-per-view.
Swerve was like, tonight's the night I'm going to reveal that I can actually fly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here it is.
And he also took a poison Rana off the apron to the floor.
Yes, that was insane.
That was
Like,
maybe not the smartest thing to do.
That's the most dangerous looking fucking thing I can think of you could do, because you can't see where you're going. And anything can happen. And Swerve had to trust Bandito massively.
Mm-hmm.
And Bandito had to protect Swerve really, really well. And they didn't hesitate. They just went for it.
No.
I mean,
No,
it's crazy.
It shows how well they know each other, how well they trust each other, and how good they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are two of the best right now, and only two of the best can pull that off.
Yep. New Day, Mark, I know you were looking forward to this match the most, as was I, and you said Swerve versus Bandito match of the fucking year. It's right up there. Takeshita and Okada is right there too. It's so good.
How many matches tonight were match of the year?
Right.
All of them.
Larry Line 7, Swerve took the Thriller jacket and turned it into a vest, the most premium of garments. Yes. In Canada, yes.
Dude.
No, yeah.
He looks so fucking cool.
But
looks
these
cool,
guys
but-
just have a great fucking match. They're kicking out of everything. Both of them are. Bandito just doesn't have bad matches. Swerve doesn't have bad matches. I want to see these two feud proper at some point, because this, for Bandito, it helped massively because it just shows how on the level he is. This is the second AEW world champion, former world champion he's wrestled, and he almost beat him several times. He also fucking one-handed press slammed Swerve at one point.
Yeah.
Gigantic now Swerve. And then he did the fucking 21 plex from the laying down position on Swerve. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Bandito is like, I don't know, early to mid 90s Shawn Michaels, where it's just not that he is wrestling like him, but just every single fucking match. Every match is another 5-star match, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No, they just did. I loved every second of it. It was so good. It somehow exceeded my expectations. This match was amazing, and Swerve might be the most athletic worker in AEW. The argument could certainly be made. Yeah. This match would have been my favorite if it wasn't for Okada and Takeshita. Yeah. Yeah. And then New Day says Takeshita versus Okada was second place. Match of the year, Kyle Mox 3. Ask me tomorrow. I might change my mind. That's how good it is.
That's totally it.
And then Bleary Line says deadlift 21 plex on Hefty Swerve is insane.
Hefty Swerve.
Yeah. Well, Swerve has a lot of work to do on that move too. You can't even do that to a child if they don't let you.
Right.
So it's a lot of cooperation from the guy taking the move. In their to their credit.
It's my love-hate relationship with the 21 plex.
Yes.
Because it is kind of like
the setup's corny as fuck, and
but
there's
it's cool shit.
But it's Bandito makes it look cool.
Exactly, yeah.
We move.
Swerve won.
Swerve gets the win. Swerve gets the win. He moves on.
I don't think surprised anybody too much.
No.
Next up, the women's championship match: Tekla versus Shida versus Chris Statlander versus Jamie Hayter, and Tekla got more fire in her entrance than any other person in the history of wrestling. Holy fucking, was Kane in the ring last night? Because holy shit, she got a lot of fire. This is your star. Anyway, no build, good match.
No build.
Yeah, I still have a lot of issues with this match.
Yep. That's where I figured we were going to go. Do we want to say anything
Books.
nice about it? Or do we want to talk
No,
about
it was a great match. I don't think they needed a. I love that we're building Shida versus Stat and like a non-championship feud, but that could have been a match of its own. And it just felt like, let's throw 2 other people in here, including the women's world champion. So we have the women's championship on a pay-per-view. and it just was stupid. And then it kind of felt like, okay, I kept hoping like, okay, maybe there'll be a return. Maybe there'll be a debut. Maybe they're going to make this worth it. To just have this random fucking, we don't have anything for Tekla to do match. And this is where Tony's booking pisses me the fuck off.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I think there's also like they were trying not to do Jamie Hayter versus Tekla again.
Yeah.
You know, because they've
Which
already
is-
done it a couple
Which is
times.
fun.
But this is where it feels like one of those things where it's like, okay, maybe Tony has a game plan down the road, but just
We have to
just
stop waiting to the down the road. He has
Yeah.
to start booking for the now
like
and
you-
not Mercedes returns,
right,
not Tony's return.
Mhm.
right.
Like,
It's like let's just go grab some toys from the toy box and throw them in the ring.
Yeah. he could
know?
literally be setting something up for Forbidden Door right now. Tekla literally was fired from New Japan /Stardom.
Right.
Oh, I think that's still going to have a role to play for sure.
Oh, I
Sure.
100%. But why is that not being built more now? They're already kind of made a joke, like had her joke about it. Fucking
Mhm.
play it up going into
Mhm.
Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Like-
like you had mentioned earlier the Mina looking for Tony's killer or whatever attacker, you know?
Mhm.
And it's just that. It's like, okay, look, if you're only going to do one match a night, then give me 5 minutes of Mina in a Sherlock Holmes hat,
Mhm.
just so
Yeah.
I know that there's something
Yep.
else going on and that there's one other woman that's doing something beyond fighting for a belt in this company. You know?
Yeah.
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 And I
And
think
the
Blair-
match is fucking killer. Don't get me wrong, but
It was great. It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
it was
just,
it was a really good match. Yeah.
it just feels like women are never going to get that respect on TV until they start booking it properly. And that's when Tony's like, well, it's the ratings, this and that. Book it properly. Show people that the ratings will still be there. It's not that fucking hard.
Mhm.
Right. No, and I agree. I don't think there's this crisis with having the women on, but they're kind of booked that way, and it
Yeah. They're
it's very
booked like for a
infuriating.
second. They're an afterthought. And
Larry
this
Line-
world title match was an afterthought.
Yeah, no, it was. It was
yeah,
for
big
sure.
time.
It was still
Blair
fun and
Line,
great, but
yeah. Blair Line 7 says like there's no real story, but a whole lot of fun if you have some buddies all having an insane 4-way. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like a video game match,
Mhm.
pretty much.
Totally.
Like, you just do it for the
it's
the
an
hell of
episode
it.
of Super Smash.
Yeah.
Bros.
And it
Yeah.
was a super good match. And
Yeah.
It was great.
like, but I was thinking the same thing as you, where I'm like, okay, this is just some cobbled together bullshit, but maybe there's going to be one or two little story arcs that spark off of this and that. And, we're going to get something tonight. And we didn't really, like,
Well, we
it just-
did.
Well,
I
Sheeta
think-
turning
well,
on
I guess Sheeta.
Chris, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got
but
Cheetah turning on Stat and like actually attacking her with
Mm-hmm.
the cane, and I think that is significant because it was like
Yeah.
she kind of going full mask off finally, and
Mhm.
I think that'll be more significant as time goes on. But I agree. I mean, I really like seeing Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander hit each other
Yeah.
because
same.
they're just two tough motherfuckers just beating
Yeah.
the shit out of each other. It's like seeing Bruiser Brody and Stan Hansen
Yep.
beat each other up.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. Just
just-
fucking throwing forearms.
Yeah, it's just super badass. So I enjoyed that. And I thought Tekla had to retain. There was no point in her losing the belt in this match because
Not
nobody
this
had
close
been
to
built
Forbidden
up.
Door.
No.
Yeah.
And Tekla
So-
is, again, like with the pyro and all that, like they clearly know what they have with that lady because like she is getting, it's not just that she's getting a push and she's getting a good storyline. I feel like she is positioned where it's like, this is a future star. It's a current star, but she's
It's a
somebody you
future
can build on.
Your division.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
And
they
they'll build
just
on
have
her
to
over
stop
time.
waiting for what he thinks are the only two stars they have to return.
Mhm.
Because
Well-
Tony is probably out for another fucking year.
Right.
Like-
Right.
Well, and that's the thing is that you're only ever going to have those two stars if you keep doing it like you're doing it. And
Right.
that's the issue is, look, Tony Khan, I don't think, the stuff people say about him, do I think he hates women's wrestling? No, I don't think so.
No,
I
because Ring
think
of Honor
that-
shows that he doesn't.
Yeah, Ring
Right.
of Honor
Mhm.
is his love letter to women's wrestling.
Yeah,
sure.
and that's great, but like it will sell on the main roster if you build people up to be sold. It's like I think having Mina do the detective thing, she doesn't even need to wrestle if you do
Right.
it right. Like it's like she can show her personality and just get over that way. You know,
Mhm.
it's like she has a huge personality, just like Harley, you know,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
she does comedy stuff so well. So
Yeah, why does Harley not have a Piper's Pit segment? You know,
right.
Like,
There's all kinds of ways that they could be doing more. And it's been disappointing, you know, since Tony got written off, that
Mhm.
they haven't done more with the women's division. They need to. They're doing the crossover with Stardom at Forbidden Door, so I have to feel hopeful about that. But it's tempered certainly by a reality of
A
what we're
lot.
seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Bleary 7 Luther moved on to new employment quick.
Quick.
Benny the Bear. Yeah, we can always tell when people are feuds are on pause, waiting
Right.
for whoever.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, if they make the women a priority, the ratings will come because the talent will rise. 100%.
mhm.
Yeah,
Iggy
it's
Okana.
really common sense.
I think it's really, really difficult for Tony to not see past two of the biggest women's ratings draws in the entire company. It is, but
Mhm.
how are you ever going to have more than those two people?
It's
Yeah,
You don't
he's
build
kind of
anybody else.
doing what Triple H said about his. Well, if we lose Roman, if we lose Cody,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
he's doing
Yeah.
the same exact thing.
That is
it's
how
like
the women's division feels. Yeah.
it's like that's where he gets hung up on. Like, I know he's an analytics guy, and it's like that's where he gets hung up on. Well,
Mhm.
X plus Z equals ratings, and these two characters, and it's like, no, dude, like you just got to kind of book on the fly here, you know.
Yep. And Kurt Jangle says this was just to move the sheet of stat.
Mhm.
Right. Tekla was basically a side character in the story.
And that
Tekla's
pisses
title
me-
reign
Feels like
Tekla's title
Mariah
reign
May.
feels kind of similar to Mercedes' title reign, which was all challengers, very little story, except for Tony. Mercedes and Tony was a story, but most of Mercedes' title reign, aside from that, was just Mercedes is a huge fucking star. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be able to wrestle her. Tekla is like challenger monster of the week. Who's Tekla taking out this week? You know,
Well,
it
it feels very
sucks.
Mariah May. It's a placeholder.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Jangle makes the point I just made, which sucks because why is a champion taking a
Yeah.
backseat to another story?
Mhm.
Yeah.
With only 30 minutes of screen time per week servicing 3 championships, it's pretty impossible for any of the women to get over. Notice how over Mercedes versus Tony was because all TV time was dedicated to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Tekla's building Forbidden Door on her own by attacking Okada at the US Stardom show. Yes,
Yeah.
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Tekla is such a huge personality that she can kind of carry that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Which is fantastic. But
She's
If
made
Tekla-
the run her own by doing her own thing, and I
She
applaud her
succeeded
for
in
that.
spite of the booking. Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Mhm.
succeeded in spite of the booking. Yeah. And I fucking love Tekla. And she's
Mhm.
honestly one of my I would put her in my top 5 favorite promos, period, right now. Like
Right now,
I just
yeah.
love when I get to see her because she is so funny and she is so
She's unhinged.
amusing. She's unhinged. She's entertaining. She's I remember seeing her in Stardom. I didn't see her before Stardom. I know she was in other places, but I remember thinking like, because she talks so much shit in the ring to her opponents, she'd be like, she'd just be constantly talking shit, and I was like, she would be a big star in America.
Mm-hmm.
And
I want her and Okada bitch off.
Right.
Oh,
That's all I
God.
want.
It's so kind of going bitch, and she's going dumb bitches.
Dumb bitch.
Yeah, right. Dude. Yeah, she just approaches everything so differently. Like, I've read interviews with her where she talks about not really growing up as a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Which usually is the kind of thing where you're like, I don't like that.
Mhm.
But she respects it. She clearly respects it. And yeah, she's just coming at it kind of as an artist. She's coming at it from a very different perspective. And like, she's just great. It
Yeah.
shows. She's cool as shit.
Yeah.
You want to move on to the
And-
next match?
And she wins after Sheeta
Oh, yeah, she wins.
beats the living shit out of Stat with a cane, with her
Yeah.
kendo stick, and then Hayter takes Sheeta out, and Tekla gets the win.
Yay, Tekla. Next up, the match you've all been waiting for. The Stadium Stampede. Jericho and the Elite and the Hurt Syndicate versus the Demand and Andrade and Mark Davis and the Dogs. Is that everybody?
Yeah.
Or did I leave
Yes.
some people out? And the Demand were wearing baseball uniforms, and they reminded me of that fucking gang in the Warriors, the Baseball Furies. And
Yeah,
I was excited
yeah.
about that, but they weren't wearing any face paint. Chris Jericho was the Canadian Michael Hayes, and they did that cool movie intro thing at the beginning.
So good. It was so
Dude.
good.
So with the fucking tennis ball and all that shit, like that was great.
Well, and Books and I had been
So-
talking some shit about Kenny recently because he hadn't been appearing on Dynamite, and
Especially
He hasn't
in
been
North Carolina.
yeah. And then we Tino Ibarra is asking, is Degree flying a plane while podcasting?
I am.
The headphones. And
like the curtain behind me and everything.
yeah.
Totally.
But I loved this match. I thought it was so fun, and it really struck me when the match started. They took a huge risk doing this again because the first one is so beloved that I think a lot of people forget there was a second one that was done with the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle, because it never gets talked about. But now we got pilot talk over here. I'm not gonna lie, Degree looks like a pilot.
What's your vector, Victor?
Yeah. Oh, hello. That sounds perfect. Don't talk to me like that.
But it's a movie. It's called Airplane. It's a joke. It's like a 40-year-old joke, Blade.
It's actually more like a 50-something-year-old joke.
I don't know.
I picked
Time
the
has
wrong
no
day to
meaning to
quit
me
sniffing glue. Okay.
Right?
So anyway, so we can't possibly describe this entire match. It is chaos. It is wild. I think everybody had a different idea about what it was going to be. But when Kenny, the camera finally cuts to Kenny, he's the last guy introduced in the intro, and he's smoking a cigar with his head up. He looks like a movie star.
Dude.
He looks genuinely badass until he goes full Kenny Omega and starts choking and gagging so hard on the cigar smoke because this man does not smoke.
That would
All
not be
was
funny.
forgiven.
Yeah, it would not be funny if anybody else did it. That dude
No,
is just, it fits his character so perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've completely forgiven Kenny Omega. First of all, he had that heel hair where the blonde is kind of growing out.
He's going back to like the ramen noodle style. Yeah.
Yeah. He had that suit on, and then he did that. I was like, Kenny, all is forgiven. I'm the reason why you're not coming to North Carolina. I understand. I'm a creep. I get it.
The Bucks with the business suit.
Yeah.
Do you think they had PTSD?
With the cape?
I literally was like, I was worried we were going EVP there for a second. I was like, see, you could have had so much fun with the EVP with the tassels if you really want to get over.
Yeah. That their outfits were so awesome. There was so much cool shit that happened in this match. It's goofy wrestling. And I gotta say, I have missed AEW being this unhinged and out there.
Yeah.
They don't need to do it a lot. They don't need to do it all the time. But they didn't do it enough the last year or so. And it's the only criticism, aside from the women's stuff, it's the only criticism that I would have of anything AEW's done is have a match like this. I think this match was a big reason the show felt like it flew by. Because there was a long intermission where you could just be a goofball yourself and watch these brawling, goofy bastards do silly shit. And it was super
they had
fun.
A food fight.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
With onions, no less.
Satnam Singh threw it, choke slammed a dude, almost missed the table. But choke slammed a dude through a table.
Right.
Yep.
And I loved, is it Janai Kai sitting in the background? Like she's, I don't know, she's cool. I think that lady's cool. And you could just see her sitting back there. I'm like, oh yeah, they did sign her. Cool. Let's get her on some more.
Yeah.
So this kind of made me think of last week's episode of Pro Wrestling. Was it last week or the week before when we talked about the whole title shots and, building up and basically, can you repeat the same match over and over year after year after year? And yeah, if you change it up, if you switch it up and you do something different with it every year, if you do something creative
with Stadium Stampede,
you can keep doing it.
That offers the opportunity to do something totally different every. I mean, you could have one of the Stadium Stampedes take place in a moving car if you wanted to.
Yeah, this still felt different than the previous ones and Anarchy in the Arena and all that stuff.
It felt very still different than Anarchy in the Arena because
Anarchy is
more serious and violent, and this was just
But there's
fun.
little callbacks and little, the truck thing with the golf
cart.
cart and all that. Like, it's great. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think like
And Jericho with the balls hitting.
right.
Ricochet with the
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
That was
Yep.
That was Nick Jackson with the football hitting Jericho.
And well, didn't
Yep.
they do hockey pucks one time? I don't know what kind of match.
Oh, they
it
might
was,
have
but
been
Jericho
in
had a
the
bag
inner
of
circle
hockey
match.
pucks.
Yeah, I think
It might have
that-
been on Dynamite too. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's that thing where wrestling is campy. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
wrestling is camp, and you can't I love the serious stuff and I love the violent
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
but it's like Batman. The old 60s Batman show is totally just as valid as The Dark Knight. It's all Batman. It's all wrestling. It all works. It's like we were talking about with Star Wars. If it's a deadly serious political drama or if it's Muppets staging guerrilla war, it's all fucking Star Wars and it's all
Yep.
fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
This was a good time.
And
Mhm.
did anybody imagine when they would finally see Leo Rush and
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley back together that it would be like that? That
No,
was like
that was incredible.
that was so crazy. That was
Perfect
so
use of that guy.
Mark
Yeah.
Davis being literally just like a crash test dummy who just
Mhm.
keeps getting destroyed by everyone. And Jack Perry seemingly committing felony murder with a bus.
As he always does.
Yeah. And Tony being absolutely convinced that he was in the golf cart for sure. And then he appears
called it
with his head
stadium
wrapped in
crimes.
gauze. Yeah.
At
Stadium crimes.
all
Yep.
elite felonies, double or
Yes.
nothing.
The Leo Rush thing makes me feel like we were talking earlier about like how everything was just on point. And it's like,
Mhm.
if this was your first pay-per-view, your first AEW show, if you have been disenfranchised from other companies or whatever, and you're trying it out, you got to see all their characters. You
Yeah.
got to see all these different people, and maybe they were only in there for 30 seconds, but it's like here, there's more. There's more. Come back Wednesday. Come back Saturday.
Yeah.
They did a
Yeah.
good job.
They did a really good job at breadcrumbing.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
Yes, and it was just fucking fun, man. It was just
So fun.
wrestling is supposed to be fucking fun. I don't care like if something makes complete ring psychology sense. If it makes me like appreciate the athleticism I'm witnessing and can make me believe for just a minute I'm watching a real contest.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's achieved by the most audacious, unrealistic shit in the world. I loved Toa in this match. I thought he was just bonkers batshit, like willing to kill almost anyone, even people on his own team. And Ricochet, what can you say about Trevor, man?
Mhm.
What a gem of a signing this guy has been. I don't ever want him not to be in AEW. Like,
AEW
he
where he
is
belongs.
the biggest asshole in this company. Everybody thinks it's MJF, but half the crowd loves MJF. Nobody loves Ricochet. Everybody hates Ricochet.
Yeah. Yeah. He is the definition of like love to hate him,
Yeah.
Mhm.
New Day fan, all felony wrestling, yes. Tony Ibarra, Jericho did hockey pucks in an FTW match. Okay, that makes sense. Luther with the oversized tennis racket
right.
was great.
That was so funny.
super good. Jericho's buddy Luther in real life. The only thing it was missing was Louis Armstrong actually playing over the match. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And the Luchasaurus.
the-
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was good.
Appearing in the
I
wig.
know, photobomb.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then spitting onion in Andrade's fucking face. Toa lifted three grown men.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yep. Always never great point. Wrestling is art. I just needed to make me feel something. There was a point towards the end of this match where Kenny is dragon suplexing everybody. The
Oh,
snap and speed on those dragon suplexes looked a lot more like 2018 Kenny
Mhm.
yeah.
than I've seen
no,
Yeah.
in a long, long time.
They just looked like they hurt.
Yeah.
Like it looks like he's doing real damage. I would willingly take one now. This is now one wing angel and a snapdragon. I will willingly take.
That's a different podcast.
We need to.
No, but in the way that I want to know how bad they hurt.
Yeah.
Not in a
They
like a
wouldn't
perfect
hurt
way.
if Kenny did them. That's the thing, because he
You'd
takes
be
care
like-
of you.
You would
'Cause
be
the way
hospitalized for a
he
significant
was
amount of time.
doing
You'd be paralyzed? Did you say?
those,
Hospitalized.
those snapdragons
Oh,
looked so clean and pretty. Like, it's the only way to describe them. They were clean and pretty.
Oh,
Kurt
Like-
Jangle taking, obviously, just trying to upset me, all onion wrestling. What AEW
Oh,
really
yeah, because
tested
you don't
me
like onions.
at all.
That's fucked up.
Onions aren't like a food I don't like. They're my fucking mortal enemy. I hate
They're
onions.
really trolling you right now.
Yeah.
And
First,
this
Don Callis
entire,
made fun of you.
this entire week,
Yeah, it's
AEW,
true.
like one of my favorite things in the world, just made their entire programming about onions.
And
And
that one time when, I mean, hold on. Let's get back to what Books is talking about. That time that Don Callis specifically called you out, that was over the title thing, right?
that was
that what
over
that was?
the unified title. Yeah.
There's people who don't understand what the unified title is. There's one man, and his name is Blade Daily.
I
He's
understand
humiliated.
what
That
it
was
was.
fucking wonderful.
I just thought the belt was beautiful and it was stupid to introduce it and then get rid of it so fast.
I'm with you on this. We all know I'm still bitter about this.
And they
what
have
the
too
fuck
many
was the
goddamn
point of it?
titles. I mean, everybody knows that. Everybody, and now, you know, we were talking about how confusing all the belts were, like the names of them and everything. And then somebody else the other day I saw on YouTube going, I get really confused about which belt is which and who has which one. Because the national, international, and continental, that's confusing.
It's because they're layered like an onion.
God,
It makes perfect sense.
get your onions away from my AEW. You will not drive me away, Satan. Books, you just want Kenny to grapple you, according to
No. He looks like
It's
he's
okay to
such
say it.
a nice, like, wrestler. Like, some people look like they genuinely fucking hurt you in the ring. Kenny is just like, how do I do this move to protect you?
Man, I bet that guy's real good at wrestling.
New Day Mark, the one-winged angel off the apron through the table, looked insane.
Yeah, dude.
I don't actually remember who he did that to.
Oh shit, I
What-
don't remember. I just
what
remember
was-
thinking, what
wasn't
the fuck
Trevor.
is he? What the
Yeah,
fuck is he doing?
Yeah, it might have
It
been
was
Clark
one of the
Connors.
kids of
Yeah, it might have been. What was
or
the
was
thing
it
they did?
Finlay?
Somebody was
'Cause
in
he-
like a. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because he really was taking out that you fucked up the Bullet Club shit out on Clark Connors and Finlay last night.
And then they all started doing like moonsaults on people and like. like
The
So,
super
it was
kick,
like
the
successive,
super kick
like yeah,
orgy.
yeah.
Like,
And
what
that
the
part
fuck
where
was
they had
happening?
somebody was in like a I don't know, some sort of submission hold, and like they would grab, like the Don Callis family was grabbing somebody's hand, and then they grabbed somebody's hand, and then they grabbed somebody's hand, and they
That
formed
was
that chain.
so good.
That was
It was
yeah,
Kenny.
That was
They did that on Kenny.
fantastic.
They did that on Kenny,
That
and
was
then
some
MVP
Looney
gets up on the
Tunes shit.
apron with the cane, and he like looks back at the entire line of people. Then he
Mhm.
breaks the chain, and they all fall down.
That was
So
great.
good, so good.
They had so many great spots. See,
Um,
I'm just gonna say Kurt agrees with me because Kenny's suplex would be more effective than a chiropractor. It's not dirty. It's literally just like
Oh,
that would
because
crack
you
my
have
back.
the purest of intentions. Believe, yes, we all
I
know.
be-
Books.
I believe that there are two separate conversations. One is clean and is just curious about professional wrestling and the art of professional wrestling, and there is a separate conversation that
Yes,
she is
but that-
also
that
having
I don't
within
do
her
in
own
public.
mind. But the second
That is
one
from
is
my
kind of
mind.
coming through the first. I'm
that is just in
gonna
my
say.
mind.
It's just seeping in a little bit.
Well, there's another really impure conversation that's going on in the chat about onions, and it's upsetting to me. Oh,
Tough
Yeti
shit.
Malone points out Excalibur said no one has ever used a tennis racket in pro wrestling, which was clearly a rip against Jim Cornette.
Do
Tino
we think so?
Ibarra's, you gonna cry about it, Blade? No, because I don't have any fucking onions near me. So no, I'm not gonna cry about it.
I
Tino.
can't wait to grill up my onions for my burger tonight.
Thinking of Blade every time.
Now, I will say this. I would grill onions. I would cook a burger with onions on it and then just scrape them off before I ate the burger. Because I
So
like
you
the
like the
flavor.
taste?
Okay.
I like
Do
the
you
flavor.
have-
The texture is an abomination.
Oh,
Interesting.
tomatoes are like that with me. I don't like tomatoes.
Yeah, everybody has a food they don't like the texture of, you fucking freaks. I'm just
Yeah, but we're-
more of a freak about it than you guys are.
You could have stopped that. I'm more of a freak about everything.
Tino
Too many
Ibarra,
belts.
too many belts,
Yes.
laughs in CMLL. Also, New Japan has too many belts. They have literally an entire separate set of belts
Called
that was
Strong.
for their American promotion that it isn't in America. Yeah. My cousin Tony, Blades doesn't need onions to cry, but they sure help.
He does just fine on his own.
Second Bleary Lines question here. Is onion powder okay?
Yes. I put onion powder on stuff.
Interesting.
Do you like those little onions that you put on like green
I
bean
don't like-
casserole? Like they're like
Like crunchy
fried?
onions?
Yeah, and you just eat them right out of the package.
The
You know
green
what I'm talking
onions.
about? No,
Oh.
they like come in like a
No.
little tin, and they're like
Like the fried
Fried?
onions.
like what? Funyuns? But not Funyuns, the candy. Like
No,
Well, it's not a
it's
candy,
they're fried onions.
yeah.
That's literally what they are. They're fried onions.
All right.
So I
So
like
Leo
those.
Birdias says it
I like
was
to eat those
Andrade
right
who
out of the
took the
package.
one-winged angel through the table. The
belts are not confusing.
Always never. You just have way too many other interests to store that information. I will say there is not a defined hierarchy. There is not a defined hierarchy. And the thing is, the names, if you like really think about it, Continental is like really like that kind of means the best on the continent or the best on any continent. The international would mean the same thing. And then the
And then
national
there's the
would mean the
national.
best in this country on this continent.
in this country, though.
Right.
Yeah,
But
and
what
the
is-
Continental
Not
is
wrong there.
this.
So what does the world title mean?
The world title
world.
You can defend it in Atlantis because it contains the oceans.
Got it.
So that's why.
Agree. Thank you, man.
No problem. Inner Earth, Atlantis, and Lemuria. It's all
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah. And on a
Um,
boat, you could defend it on a boat, I guess. To be fair to
Kurt
Blade, I
Jangle
love
says,
mushroom
yeah.
gravy.
Love mushroom gravy, but I hate chewing on
Lushroom.
Lushroom.
If I ever
Which
start
I-
a mushroom company, I'm going to call it Lushroom. Thank
Yeah.
you. That's
You should
fucking
start
great.
an alcohol company that makes beer out of mushrooms.
And call it
um,
Lushroom. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would taste though, but
Trevor ends
Fine.
up getting destroyed,
Right.
absolutely obliterated, annihilated by everybody. But Bishop Khan, being the stand-up guy he isn't going to let his buddy take the fall. He's a good soldier. And so he pushes him out of the way. He's done this once before. He's not going to give them the satisfaction of beating him. And Jericho ends up finishing him off with the lion salt, which he didn't look like he was going to break his neck on. So I will give him that. I will say a lot of people hate Chris Jericho, and a lot of them are in this chat right now. But I'm going to say that Jericho clearly realizes he can't do a lot of things anymore.
Mhm.
He kind of does a safe
he's had
set of
that come
moves.
to
Yeah.
Jesus
He's
realization.
definitely
He's-
knows it's winding down. And so he does that jump from the top to the outside on a group of guys. He does that in kind of every match. He has the code breaker he's comfortable with. He's comfortable with a few things, but he really doesn't do that much. And he didn't do that match or make himself the centerpiece of this match. He started as the centerpiece, and then they made it so big, so you didn't have to make him the centerpiece.
Mhm.
So I think he's being more realistic about where he is at this point in his career, and it's very near the end. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be able to go much longer. I mean, maybe
Mm-mm.
another year or two, but
And then it's the announce desk.
yeah,
Probably.
and then it's whatever,
That's
you
fine.
know?
And then at the end of the match, he threw himself through a table and pointed up to the sky as a little tribute to Sabu.
That was a very classy tribute. And
Mhm.
I had a little tear in my eye because it's well documented how much I love Sabu. But
Tino Ibarra just had the little comment. One last story about my wife. Every fucking time Jericho comes on, it's just this fuck this guy, fuck this asshole, fuck him, and then she'll pause and there'll be like a brief moment. She'll be like, and he's not even fucking American, and his fucking wife was there at January 6th. He's not even a fucking American. This
He's a
woman
dual
does not
citizen.
watch. This woman does not watch professional wrestling.
That's
But
incredible.
She hates Jericho more than anyone else hates Jericho. So
That is hilarious.
yeah,
That is worth it. If you're going to be a hater, go all the way.
she hates. him
Don't
for-
acknowledge the past. Don't acknowledge his accomplishments. Pure hatred.
That is the.
Well, that's-
I mean, she also hates like just that he's an old man that's desperately trying to be a young man, and that he does not know that he's old, and that his hair is really disgusting. But
well, he at least
but-
he knows he's
He's
old. He's kind of
figured it out.
started behaving that way. See, I have this
Had-
weird like I hate Chris Jericho. I hate him. But there's also that slight part of me that respects the wrestler.
Right.
And I'm
So,
like, I fucking hate this.
well, do we hate Chris Irvine and like Chris Jericho?
Well, and
maybe?
I also don't like Chris Jericho, the character, 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
I think
too.
it's I think it's overexposure.
I hate him
Jericho's
3 times.
Jericho's
I hate
skill
Chris
was
Irvine,
Chris Jericho and Chris Jericho, the character, and his legacy.
yeah. And
Did you want to talk, Blade?
Yeah, you fuckers.
Fuck you. Go ahead, talk.
Thanks.
Okay.
Casual's not even defending the Antarctic title. I didn't want to comment just because Tony might get some ideas. But yeah, I think with Jericho, look, he was my favorite wrestler for a long time, and his talent was always in leaving. You know, he knew when to leave and be gone for a year, or even 3 months, 6 months, whatever. Go on tour with his shitty band. You know, like that was always what kept him fresh. And then he was in AEW for 6 years without a break, and we all got sick of him because he wasn't a good wrestler anymore. And he also wrestled probably more than he had
way more
when he was way younger. And I think it really started to affect him.
Yeah. Jericho is.
Like, and to be clear, I respect what he did for AEW, because there would not be AEW where we are without Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm. New Day Mark saying,
we have to acknowledge that.
I mean, Jericho's the guy where every wrestling fan is a hypocrite, because we all like to get on like our high moral ground of like, I don't like this person and I have all these reasons why I, as a wrestling fan, do not like them. But everybody's got one guy that breaks all those fucking rules, and Jericho's that guy. Because, like Blake said,
the problem with the moralism is that you have your faves, and if they get brought into something, if Kenny Omega gets brought into something,
don't you talk about my sweet baby angel that way.
But that's the thing. He's not a sweet baby angel. When people say,
he is.
"Oh, this person's unproblematic," it's like you just don't know them.
Right.
Everybody's problematic
Kenny
somehow.
Is unproblematic.
Kenny, he might be a bad example because he is a cherubic fellow. But
yes. New Day Mark, there are 2 kinds of wrestling fans. Those
you
who
have
love
the young
Sabu,
buck sitting right there.
and those that are wrong. Yeah. See, always never. He's just owning it. Nah, I don't respect shit. Fuck him.
That's right. Always never.
Well,
my wife.
Well, that's what I was saying. It's not him I respect. It's I don't think AEW would have gotten the TV deal that they did when they did if it wasn't for Jericho being signed off.
That first TV
Jericho
deal,
he was their biggest part of that initial success. Yeah,
100%.
I can't not take
and I can never stop thinking about the fact that 30 years ago he yelled at Lenny Lane because he had borrowed his Loverboy tape and never gave it back, and I was a fan ever since. I can't stop.
Stephen Watson says, I just don't, new commenter, Stephen Watson. Hey. Hello, Stephen. I thank you for listening. I just don't care about him at this point. Nothing he does interests me. He's had over 30 years and I've moved on. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. That's
and
totally
speaking of moving on, we should talk about the main event.
We're almost there.
I'm sorry, I really like this comment. You also forgot Don Callis. But
Book's list of enemies includes Chris Irvine, Chris Jericho, Y2J, Lionheart, Painmaker, The Wizard, Jack Action, and The Learning Tree.
I don't even know who Jack Action is.
That was Jericho's proposal for his original wrestling name. He wanted to call himself Jack Action and was talked out of it. I always thought the name Chris Jericho was actually pretty cool. Bobby Lashley is my one guy. I dropped dozens of others. Yeah, Bobby's a trumper, but you know, I get it.
Yeah.
New Day Mark Kenny doesn't read books. He says words are for losers.
He likes video games, and I'm sure he plays them in story mode. All right.
That's like a book.
Maggie kind of went through an old box of wrestling shirts. First one, Marty Skrull. My buddy was a huge Marty Skrull fan. He loved the villain. He stopped watching wrestling actually shortly after speaking out, so that wouldn't surprise me.
But even speaking of like the moralist thing, the majority of the elite are still
friends
with him. Yeah. And I choose to look past that because I think they support what he did. No, but I think that they're just like, well, we've been friends for so long.
Right.
But
I think that's why Serena Deeb still has a job, because isn't she his wife?
Yeah.
I mean, there's always like why is she working? I mean, she's a very talented wrestler also, but it's kind of like it's like, I think she's
Deeb
pretty
is
good,
a
but
super talented wrestler.
she
What's your
is,
problem,
but I
Books?
think there's a million people you could
I've hated her from day one,
choose
and I
over
don't
her.
know why.
But wine mom, that's what that's what we always call her in our house. But it's like
That's not what I call her.
look, it's like we can't give Marty a job. He's our buddy. We can't give him a job, but we'll just give you a job so that I think that's why she's still working there. Anyway,
I call her something much worse.
Oh, wow. Benny the Bear Jericho is someone who I go, why? Then he puts on a Lionheart vest and I go, well, okay. Fair enough. We all got our people. You know what I mean? We all got our people. I'm never
and
letting
speaking
Kenny
of our
Omega go.
people, let's talk about the main event.
Oh, right. There was a main event. Yeah. Let's do
Wait.
that.
I got
So
hot.
the show opens. Okay, this is where you should have used that artwork that I created for the show, because Darby's a fucking Ninja Turtle in the beginning of this little video package. Serena, yes, she absolutely does. Yeah. And she has a little one. Yeah. That's awesome. So Darby's in the sewer, hanging out
Yeah.
like a Ninja Turtle.
Yep.
And then my only other note for this match is this is a big show. This feels really big.
So
That's all I had.
what I would say is that Darby Allin was a very successful champion on so many levels, because I don't think you will ever look at him the same again. Now, he is a legend, and he has risen above just being a main eventer now. He's like at the same level that MJF and Moxley and Kenny and Hangman and Swerve, and like he is the elite of the elite, and he's believable against anyone at any time ever from here on forward.
And I will say something I noticed particularly in this match is how good of a technical wrestler he is, because you kind of forget it. And then they seem to focus so much more on his technical abilities as opposed to his stuntman abilities. And it just kind of cemented why they made him champ, why he's a good wrestler. And I thought for a moment there, the way they were portraying his technical ability, that he had it in the bag. I was like,
Oh, I did too.
so they are showcasing his actual skills. Holy shit.
They say the best things in wrestling are when you take yourself and amp it up to 11. And in this match, much like in the story, Darby's body seemingly started to turn to dust because he did a dive at MJF at the very beginning of the match, and he did it very badly.
Oh, yeah, that. I thought that
Max
was going to be it.
clearly
there.
can see that he is not positioned right to go through those ropes, and Max tries to push him up a little bit. So Max kind of is the reason that he hit that top rope, which somewhat mitigated the damage. But Darby still landed on his neck and shoulders. I mean, that was a nasty landing. And I said in this group chat I was in, like, look, we usually see Darby when he's successful. Okay. This man has had a lot of bad landings in his life. Okay. Like he'll probably be okay. But then for the rest of this match, this dude is just getting the shit whipped out of him. He took everything MJF had, kept coming back. It ends up with Darby climbing a ladder on top of a scaffold.
Oh, dude, that look on his face.
MJF's on a table, and Darby goes bang, bang, and does the fucking coffin drop from the very top. He lands, fucking splits the back of his goddamn head open on the edge of the stage, and somehow still continues to carry on. The match
And
is not
uses
over.
that as a fucking story point going forward, because he kept, I'm just like, oh God, he fucked his head up. That's gotta hurt. But then it's like, that's part of why he's falling apart. Oh my God, he's not gonna make it. Like, yeah, that was super good.
They still made
Do
it
we
look
know
like
if he's okay?
no.
Like, he's not actually injured, right? Like,
I don't think so, but I think he'll probably take some time off after that match.
well, rumor has it he's supposed to be getting married soon.
Oh yeah, the 27th or something.
I think he's going to get written. It's the day before Forbidden Door, I believe, is his wedding, something like that. So I think that he will take some time off, as he should.
Get a real honeymoon, unlike MJF.
Yeah. But when they counted the 3 on him, I was shocked.
Yeah.
Everybody was shocked. It just, you felt all the air go out of the arena, you know, like he is
even though
kicked out
common
of-
sense told you that MJ, I mean, with the night, the shit, dude, the week before Darby won the belt, we are like, well, Darby's going to win the belt and then he's going to lose it at Double or Nothing. Like, we all knew, but I was shocked too.
Well, and I will say, because this is something Mr. Books pointed out, he said, when have you ever seen a hair match where it actually does not happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's got to
that
be
was-
some, right? But yeah, that's kind of the thing.
Like,
Well, look,
we all expected MJF was getting his head shaved, and they completely...
Yeah.
And he was wearing red. They was very Sting Ric Flair coded. They just ripped everything out from underneath us with that match. And even though I was sad because I loved Darby's run, like,
Yeah.
holy fucking shit, they knocked
Good
it out of the
job.
park with that.
well, and what was great was MJF wins, and everybody's kind of shocked, but it makes sense. But by the end of this, MJF isn't even the thing you're focused on anymore because
Nope.
MJF attacks Darby, or not
Real
attacks.
quick, before we
Yeah.
get to that though, when he won and they handed him the belt and he was like, like the
Yeah.
face that he made
Yeah.
was fucking priceless, dude. That was,
Yes.
I've never
He
seen
loves-
him make that face before.
In kayfabe, he loves that belt more than his wife.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yep.
And oh my God, that guy's just great. But anyway, yes. So then afterwards,
So afterwards, Kevin Knight runs down because MJF wants to stand on Darby the way he stood on Hangman. And
on
he
his
does.
corpse.
Yeah. And he does. And clearly this is like part of a story they're telling with MJF where he sends everybody out on stretchers, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? Legitimately, he beat Hangman clean given the stipulation of the match. He beat Darby clean, basically. You know, so like he is sending guys out on stretchers. And Kevin Knight runs down. You know, he's got history with Darby. He's
He's his
trained-
buddy.
He's trained at the Buddy Wayne Academy like Darby did. They have long history together. And Max gets off the stretcher and they're jawing at each other, and Kevin Knight climbs the turnbuckle to seemingly jaw at Max, but everybody in their head, as you're watching him climb, you're like, wait a minute.
I knew something was wrong that moment. I was like,
No.
no way.
Because Kevin Knight was weird at the end of Dynamite when
Mhm.
that was an unnatural, weird thing. And a guy who uses his own nickname as often in a promo as he does, like, that's a heel. You don't go the jet, the jet, the
Yeah.
jet, the jet, the jet, the jet, the jet. And so he does the UFO splash on the
Yeah.
fucking stretcher, and then he flips the stretcher over.
And Darby
And then-
is strapped down.
Yeah.
He's not moving.
Yeah, and Darby's probably like, yes, you know, like flipping over.
Right.
I love
Darby's a-
this.
yeah, Darby's a fucking sicko. And then the Jet Knight kind of grabs his head like, what did I just do? And then he kind of goes like, like he had this evil looking fucking smile on his face. And I
He's been
realized in that
planning
moment,
this.
we have not seen what this man can do.
Yeah.
Mhm. But he's been planning
And-
this. I'm convinced since what was the tournament that they had recently?
For the belt, you mean? When they did that? Or was there a
They-
tournament, like a proper tournament? Because
Where
The
he
C2
went
is
up
the last-
against where was
He-
he up against Speedball?
yeah, was it in the C2? It was in the C2, I think.
Yeah, it was in the CT.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And
He
Speedball
beat
beat
They've
him,
Darby
right?
been-
and Speedball.
They've been planning
Oh,
and
sure.
planting the seeds for this to happen since then.
Mhm.
And
I
it's
think
been
since-
such a slow little burn, not like Takeshita and Okada, but
Mhm.
slow and subtle.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't
I-
believe they did it then with no fault. Like, it's like now we're all just like, is it Wednesday? Is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Is it Wednesday?
It's-
Is it Wednesday?
well,
Is it Wednesday?
And
Is it-
that's
like,
back to what I've been saying about, like, if you're a new watcher, if you've never seen this show before and that was the show you watched first, holy shit, who's that guy? Why did he do that? You know, like,
mhm.
yeah, it's just, they just put all the little dominoes in place and knocked them down.
It was
Super cool.
a top 5 AEW show of all time.
I,
I'd-
might be number one to me.
It very well could be, but that is such a high mark at this point. Top 5.
Oh yeah,
Top 5 is
Right.
because
like,
they're all top 5.
because make no mistake, AEW is the greatest pay-per-view wrestling company of all time. Nobody's
without a
ever
Mhm.
been
No.
anywhere close.
This-
Like,
and that's
we-
even in like a hot. It's just a fact.
when we
like-
were doing
Yeah,
the hard
no.
way, and we were watching those 90s pay-per-views, it's like, wow, half these shows were just dog shit
Mhm.
with like a really good main event.
Yeah.
Do you know I haven't recovered from Halloween Havoc?
We watched,
That was my
we watched
favorite
the bad
episode
one.
of The Hard Way, by the way. That was
Yeah.
my very, very favorite.
Yeah,
I've
watching
not
with Books.
mentally
Yeah, if we
recovered
want
from
to,
that.
I'm sorry
want
that it's
to watch
charged you
some
so
old
horribly.
stuff with you, Books, again. Maggie O'Kennesis, was it better than Revolution? Yes, it was. I think it was better than
Yeah.
Revolution. Yeah.
They-
And
it's-
that's not
it's-
easily said, but I do think it was better.
I have a new theory, especially built on something that Tony Khan has recently said, where to him, his big 3 pay-per-views are Double or Nothing, Forbidden Door, and All In. And I really think he's building Double or Nothing to be his big US show and making All In his big
Okay.
outside of the US
Foreign show, yeah.
Mhm.
foreign show. And then you have Forbidden Door, which is just a great way to get everyone else
He's
in. But his plan right now is Double or Nothing is his US show.
that totally makes sense because he's 3 bearsing it, because you have one that's like your foreign show, which is
Mhm.
Forbidden Door is heavily CMLL, Stardom, New Japan, and then this Double or Nothing is kind of your like American. It felt a lot of storyline things were moving, a lot of moving pieces, and then All In is like just the perfect combination of fucking everything,
Mhm.
He's doing
3
WrestleMania
bears.
tonight,
It's
but
always
2 different shows.
Yeah,
Well, and
That's
I
his
think
game plan.
I think the thing is this time is like he had a plan way in advance
hmm
that not only him,
Wow.
not only AEW has been working on it, New Japan's been working on
Mhm.
it, CMLL's been working on it. All of their characters and all of their stories have been collating around this gathering of the juggalos that they're going to be doing at Forbidden Door, where it's like going to
I-
be
There's one other company that's been working on it, but they've been working on it by slowly shooting themselves in the foot over time.
in the
and
dick,
just
actually. Just
tanking
yeah.
to give this opportunity to everyone else in the
Mhm.
world.
And
It's great.
I will say, ever since CMLL and AEW has really solidified their partnership, it has made their partnership with New Japan better, which is why this Forbidden Door is going to feel so different.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And the
Mhm.
build is the way it is.
Mhm. I think that there is so much to come. This was setting the stage for the summer.
hmm
Kevin Knight can go anywhere. Is he going to be affiliated with Swerve? Because they hinted at that a long time ago. That's where the heel
Mhm.
turned first. The seeds kind of got planted there. We all thought he would turn heel on Speedball. They teased it
Mhm.
on Dynamite, and then he didn't do it.
Mhm.
I
then he
kind
turned
of want
heel
to see
over the
Speedball heel. Like, is Speedball going to join him in the heel?
Anything
I
can
was-
happen from here.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to be the one to turn, but now that's a whole different twist.
New Day Mark reviving Hot Grap Summer. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have the table is set for the summer,
Mhm.
and we have AEW Redemption. Don't forget that's supposed to be the pay-per-view in Montreal in July. So
That's what that is.
Forbidden Door, Redemption, all in, still to come.
And that's going to be insane, especially because Redemption is probably when we'll get a couple of big debuts.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
think
that'll be 3 months.
dude.
Maggie O'Kenna brought up Swerve reforming his faction with the New Day. I mean,
I
who
can
knows?
see them holding off on actually bringing not what's it called? Why am I blanking on
The
name?
embassy.
The embassy
Yeah.
until the New Day comes in, because that could
I can-
also set up you have Kenny and the Elite too with their prior history with Swerve. Like
Mhm.
that would be because Austin Creed is already shooting on Kenny. So-
Yeah,
Right.
right. It's on
Yeah, and-
site.
Yeah, and Big E's not coming back, so you have to have like there's
No.
got to be 3 versus 3, I guess.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, and how do you also, I mean, there's so many things that are in the water. Andrade's not happy in the Don Callis family.
Mhm.
He's very likely going to turn babyface. It feels like Will Ospreay's eventually going to have his own version of the United Empire in AEW. Could
That's why I think
Andrade be
he's
a part
working
of that?
with Don Callis? With
Is there going to be a
Moxley.
parting of the ways with the Death Riders? Are they going to turn on Will Ospreay at some point? Who knows?
Oh, I think Will Ospreay's going to turn on them and take what he learned and the Death Riders and use it for the United Empire to make them a massive heel.
Wow. Yeah, I don't even. Yeah. Where is Will Ospreay going to go with this? Because he's certainly. I would think he's going to go heel down the road, but like, wow. I don't know. Now my brain is moving in different directions.
Yeah.
Swerve Knight, Kofi and Creed is a new embassy. Well, fuck more than Ron Jeremy. God damn.
I literally just came up with that. Like that would be so fucking good.
Yeah.
Because there's already built in like feuds there.
There's a lot of shit built in there. Yeah. It's gonna be a good summer.
Yeah.
And maybe Jay White will return in time for Forbidden Door.
Nope.
And he could beat up Finlay.
I say just put Mick Foley in the Bang Bang Gang at this point. Just make him the leader. He's already got it built in.
All right. I have to mix this, everybody. So
I need
get
to
the
go
fuck
eat
out
dinner.
of here. I gotta end the stream. You guys stay to make sure you upload. Everybody else, thank you so much. This was a joy. I can't remember an episode we did that was this long ever, maybe.
It's been a long time.
I am not going to be vigorously editing this, so it's going to be kind of as it was tomorrow on your podcast platforms. So enjoy it. Tell your people about the show. Have them stop by. Have them join in. We try to have as much fun as we possibly can here. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. That's Sit Down, Shut Up, Mark Out, and Pro Wrestling Forever on Mondays. We're live, Degree and I. Books and I have been live on Fridays. So make sure you join us at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Central on those days.
Do you want to plug anything, Books? You have like 7 podcasts, don't you?
Yeah.
There's the Books and Beck show.
Yeah.
In which you will hear me fully rant probably next week when it comes out about women's wrestling and how much Tony and just everyone else has been dropping the ball on women's wrestling.
Yes.
I got to go let my dog out.
All right. Who let the dogs out? Degree. Okay. Bye, everybody.